Hey, hi guys. Um, it is hot as hell today. So, when I went to bed, it said that it was only going to be like 15 today. So I didn't like leave my window open as much, and I didn't leave the other windows open. So when I woke up, it was freaking hot. So I have fans going. If they're too loud and annoying, just let me know. All right, chat. Hello, Thorn, Julie, Rawside Paranormal. Hey, Mystic Mima, Ken, Little Miss Mayhem, Cat's Gallery, and I think that's everyone that we have. Yes. All right. So yeah, today it's just like it's freaking hot out. I think it's like I think it went up to like 27 or 28 or something, and it's not so bad if you're outside with the breeze, but there's like no breeze in this house, so like I've got to turn fans on, and since all the windows were closed, that did not help things. Hey, Mike. Hey, Eki. Rhymes with Becky. Okay, hey, Eki. Can't hear them. All right, perfect. Um, but yes, how is everyone doing this week so far? Um, it's been like I didn't stream last week. Yeah, it's been just really like I don't know. It's all over the place here. It's a bit of a mess. So we'll see what happens over the next couple weeks. And I have like this to-do list, and I've been trying to get everything done. I got like 2 things marked off the list. So, but did you guys see Beardo's video about Lee about the candle? How to include it since everyone mispronounces it as Eki Iki. Yeah, yeah. Good weather here, good for a mood. Yeah, like it's sunny and nice out. It's just when I woke up, it's like if it's going to be hot out, because I don't have AC in this place, mainly because I haven't really needed it. But usually I'll go to bed and I'll leave all the windows open so it gets cool in here because I'm in like the sort of bottom floor thing, and it's like built into the dirt, so it's all like cement and stuff, so it stays really cool. So I usually would like leave all the windows open, and then I'll close them in the morning and just kind of let the cool air last through the day until nighttime again. But I didn't leave them all open because it said that it was only going to be like 15, and it said it was going to rain. So I was like, okay, I'll just close. I left mine open a crack, but all the other ones I closed. So when I woke up, it was so friggin' hot in here. The candle gate, yes. Hey, Alexis. Yeah, I personally think that it is a magnet. Like, my my ex, like he was a geek, and he bought a lot of earth magnets. So I've seen them do things like cause that little like skip in the way the candle kind of like jerked a little bit. I've seen that happen with the magnets. Like he used to mess around with the magnets all the time. I do think it was a magnet, or it was like magician's wire, because that would also explain the little hiccup in the candle as well. But I guess that there's video editors who are saying that it's a video edit, but they're like, yeah, I've been a video editor my whole life. It's a video edit. But then like other people are like, well, I've been part of like the magician crowd, or like, that sort of thing my whole life. And they're saying that it's a magnet or a fishing line, right? So I think that we're not really going to be able to like know for sure, but I think we're going to see edit debunks, like video editing debunks, and then we're going to see like magician debunks. So, um, I think it's all silly. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's just something kind of, I guess, like fun or whatever for now to kind of like brainstorm together. But yeah, um, I do think it's just a physical one also because like Lee, if he can find a way to like do something lazily, like he will. And that can definitely just be done with magnets or fishing or magician's wire. But the other one that I could see it maybe being too is like he does all of his videos in like the green night vision. So like if he had someone in like a blue suit, or if he had like devices that are in blue or whatever, he would probably be able to chroma key that out pretty easily, like, and make it not noticeable without like sharp lines and stuff, because he films with the green. So I don't know. I think he might be able to do something like that, but we'll see. But yeah, I think that Lee, like, if he can find an easy way to do it, like, I think he'll just choose the easy way. So that's why I honestly don't think it's that much video editing, but I could be wrong. Like, people are saying, it is, the camera is on a tripod, so like you could easily just splice the two like video pieces on top of one another, which is true. Yeah. Um, it's fake, however he did it. Yeah, in the end, it's still fake. Yeah, it's more just like everyone kind of having fun to troubleshoot what it could be. So if Lee caught a real ghost, no one would believe him anyway. Yeah, that's true. And that's what I've said to people like in comments, that they're like, we should concentrate on real evidence. I'm like, but the thing is, we don't know what's real anymore. Like, if anyone ever does get any real evidence, we're just going to assume that it's fake, because there's so much fakery on YouTube and on TV that, like, we can't believe anything. Like, there's nothing that we can confirm or that we can agree on is real evidence. So, like, someone could have a real, like, like, full on, like, I don't know, picture of like a whole ghost, like, fully materialized, and it be real, and nobody would believe it. Like, that's sort of where we're at nowadays, unfortunately. So, but yeah, so that, I guess, is the news or whatever in the paranormal this week. I suppose. I don't, has there been anything else going on? I'm sure there has been. I just can't remember. Um, I know some people were like, oh yeah, there was that video like Beardo released about that one guy who said he's like leaving the debunking community, and he like did a whole video explaining why. And I didn't really like agree with some of his points, but I guess Beardo got mad, or people got mad at Beardo for his video in response to that. So hey, Kristen. Yeah, like, just his point of like, he's like, oh, the community used to be really tight knit. I'm like, the community is pretty tight knit. Like, we all talk to one another. Like, no one's really like kicking anyone out. So I didn't really agree with that aspect of his video. The original guy, not Beardo, but the original guy. And yeah, that's the only part. Like, I don't really know the original guy though. I never really like watched any of his debunks, to be honest. So I don't know like how he is as a person or whatever. So, but yeah, some people got mad at Beardo, I guess, for that one. That's what he was saying in the stream today. Mike, Josh, who, yeah, I watched the other person's video because even though I don't really watch him, I was part of like a Facebook group that I guess he was running, and I guess he was kind of doing like what The Shape does, because The Shape has a Facebook group that people are pretty active in. And yeah, it used to be Paranormal Seekers. Yeah. And so there's a Facebook group for that. So I was in the group, and I saw the group change, the group name change when it happened. And I was like, this is weird, because it was like totally not paranormal anymore. And I'm like, did this group get hacked? But the admin, who's like pretty busy on the Shapes group, which is Debunkers Anonymous, and then his group, which was the Paranormal Seekers, like Polly, I believe her name is. She's like very active on both. And then she was like, yeah, no, this is real. Like, whatever. She did a post, and I was like, oh, okay. Like, to be honest, I didn't know that this group was linked to a YouTuber. Like, I honestly didn't know. I was just sort of like, I was in the group because it was just like an interest. I don't know. I joined some groups to see what people think about paranormal stuff. So I honestly did not know. Whereas the Shapes group, I didn't know that was the Shapes group when I joined it. Someone mentioned that they threw my psychic videos in it, and I was like, oh, okay. So then I went there, and I was like, okay, I'll join it. I'll check it out. I joined it, and then I was like, for a while, I didn't know it was the Shapes group. And then people started doing posts where they're like, the Shape asked us this in this week's video or something. And I was like, oh, is this his group? I was like, okay. So like, the Shape seemed like he was like involving the community to go back to the Facebook group a lot, which, like, in watching his videos more, I'm like, oh yeah, he does do that quite a bit. And maybe that's like the key aspect if you're going to run a Facebook group. The person's video. Oh, the video Mystic Mima that Beardo did of the guy who said he was like leaving debunking and stuff. His original one was called Paranormal Seekers, his channel, but now what is it called? Like No Fugs Given or something. The guy's video wasn't it wasn't horribly bad. He was just like, oh, the debunking community, it's too oversaturated. Everyone's debunking the same stuff. Everyone's making the same videos, which I agree, especially when drama happens. I don't like how every debunker makes the same fucking video. It's annoying. Like, and I think that just actually gives traffic to the person that, like, the channel that was faking. You know what I mean? Like, there's a whole aspect to it. So, hey, boo. Hey, Jeff. Um, so yeah, like, I don't agree with every channel jumping on a drama topic because I do think it gives traffic to the original video, like, that we're having drama over, which is usually a faker, a paranormal fake. So I just don't think it's a good idea to do. But I remember Beardo gave some objective criticism. You'll get shut down if it's your job to keep your audience get shut. It's your job to keep your audience. Yeah, like, I think that's mainly what Beardo. I think that's what people probably got mad at Beardo, because Beardo's response video was like, the debunking community is fine. Like, we're still tight knit. Like, he's like, I don't know what you mean, and I have to agree. And then he said, yeah, does everyone do like the same like videos like Twin Paranormal? Everyone does Twin Paranormal. Like, everyone does the same channels. It's like, yeah, if you're gonna do like current day, like in modern, ghost hunting, if you're just debunking YouTube ghost hunters, yeah, everyone's doing the same channel. But a lot of people do try to branch out and do a different video once in a while, and I think that's the key. Which he kind of talked about that, and then he mentioned about, like, if your audience stop coming back to you, then you need to look at like what turned your audience off and stuff. Like, he was trying to give some, like, I guess objective, what do you call it, criticism, or like, I don't know, whatever. And that's probably what people got mad at him about. So I could see that. Yeah. Josh, I just saw in this chat. I like Josh. Yeah, is that his name? Yeah, so I don't really like know him that well. Like, I don't know if it's the algorithm or what, because honestly, like, his videos never popped up on my feed, but I was part of the Facebook group. So, like, I didn't know it was connected to a YouTuber until he did that exit video, which then makes me think, like, well, maybe that's part of it. Like, sorry. Sorry. Like, was he trying to turn his Facebook group into like what the Shape has? Because I didn't get that was his group. So I feel like maybe there's some disconnect there. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't have the answers. Yeah, I didn't know that he was a debunker. I never saw his content, Mike. Yeah. I had no idea. It's a bit hard to keep making original content while all the fakers keep doing the same thing, though. Yeah, and that's why, like, I think you gotta branch out and do some other content. So this isn't an airport. You don't need to announce your departure. True. I guess that's true. Yeah. I investigated with him once. I got nothing bad to say about the guy. He's pretty nice, chill and relaxed. Yeah, he seemed chill and stuff, like in his goodbye video or whatever he did there, right? Like, he seemed like a chill guy, but I'm just saying, like, I never seen any of his videos. You know what I mean? Like, I never seen any of his debunking videos. So I don't know, like, if that's something to be said about something. I don't know. So hey James. Yes. Yeah, and hey Forrest. I'm working on a video. I did an interview with Jeff from Boo Productions here recently. I'm going to be doing a video discussing residential hauntings and, like, people being, like, exploited, like residential homes being, and people and their stories being exploited for YouTube videos, people making money off them. So I'll be doing a video on that soon. Who are we talking about again? What did you guys say his name was? Jeff? Sorry, I'm so bad with names. His original channel was called Paranormal Seekers, I believe. Correct me in chat if I'm wrong, guys. And he changed his channel to, like, No Fugs Gaming or something. Beardo just did a video kind of reacting to his departure video, and I agreed with some Beardo's points because I already thought them when I watched his departure video, and I'm just saying I didn't know that his Facebook group was, like, I didn't know it was connected to a YouTuber, so. But yeah, he's just doing gaming now, which, I mean, you talk about gaming, like, that's an oversaturated market on YouTube, and also the CPM that you get like money for advertising for gaming is much lower than you get with like long form content in the paranormal community. About the debunker. Yeah, he got, I think I don't know what happened. I don't know if like I understand he just got bored of doing it. Like, because if he was just debunking like the other YouTubers, I could see getting bored of that. So, yeah, I feel like maybe he was bigger before I kind of like hopped back into YouTube and started doing my debunking stuff on this channel. I feel like maybe he was bigger before that because I never heard of him. I didn't really know. The cat's name, Miss Kitty. She's sleeping. Miss Kitty. Oh yeah, she's asleep. Paranormal Seekers changed his name and is going to do gaming videos, but he went outside too. Wait, he went outside? Oh, you mean like vlogs? Hey, Jeremy. Um, yeah. Yeah, like, honestly, I don't know. The whole thing's kind of silly, but I don't know. I just didn't agree with him saying that the debunking community isn't tight knit. Like, I think he was trying to say there's too many debunkers, which I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And we all talk to one another. I think that we're all pretty tight knit. So, you know. Yes, doing vlogs. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I want to do more vlogs. Honestly, guys, I just forget to turn on my phone. I'm one of those people who like if I'll go somewhere, like if I go on holiday somewhere, if I go to a concert, or if I go do something, like I don't pull my phone out. I always forget to take pictures and videos and everything, and then I get home and I'm like, "Oh, I just have memories." I don't know. So I gotta do something. Never heard this guy really watch debunking videos. Yeah. Hi doll, I missed working but lurking. No worries, no worries. We're outside. Uh, yeah, she's like fast asleep. Miss Kitty, 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 kitty. No, she's not moving. Must be scary feeling trying to earn a living in a subject you're losing interest in. Well, that's the thing. Yeah, that's why I try to kind of mix up my videos a little bit. Like I know the psychic stuff does like much better on my channel. But if I just do psychic stuff, it's going to drive me crazy. And then I'm not going to want to make videos. So I got to mix it up with different types of videos and topics. I can't do psychic stuff every week. Also because like it starts to get to you, you know, because you just see all these people like getting hurt by them. And that also, it's kind of like true crime channels. I don't know how people can do true crime every week. Like it's hard. It's rough, you know? I actually only watched Josh a few times. He wasn't really my cup of tea. Yeah, I mean, that's saying that's all I think Beardo was saying is like, if there was something about you that didn't keep the audience's attention, then like, you know, take a look at that or something. But people I think got mad at him over that, which is fine. Like, I don't think the guy asked for any constructive feedback, so like that's fair. It's fair on both ends, you know. Hey, Johan, is it Johan from South Wales? Looking forward to tomorrow night. Yeah, oh yeah, tomorrow night I'm gonna be doing on Raw Site Paranormal. I'm gonna be doing like an interview podcast, whatever we're doing. So yeah, I'll have to remind me to someone remind me to send this link out, like to remind people about it. So do you have it like scheduled, Raw Side? I gotta take a look at your thing. Do you have it scheduled so I can like pre-share the link or something like that? Because if you have it like scheduled, that'll help me like pre-share it. He shouldn't have said what he said, and he wouldn't have gotten feedback. Yeah, it's one of those things, you know, like I think that he just kind of I think he just like maybe upset Beardo a little bit because he was like, no, the debunking community, we're all tight knit and we get along. Like, I think he was just kind of like offended of that. Not, I kind of agreed with him on that. I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about, man. Um, so it's true you open the door when you do that. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Stay up now? Okay, perfect. Awesome. Yeah, because if you have like a pre-schedule thing or whatever, then I can send it on all the socials and stuff. Um, yeah, it's one of those things. I don't know. It's like damned if you do or damned if you don't. Don't go on Raw site. It'll be a setup. I'm joking. I've been there a few times, had fun. Nice, nice. Okay. Is Blue Sky? Oh, Jeremy is Blue Sky. Lisa, new phone. Got to figure it out. Oh, are you on a new phone? Is that what you're saying? You're Lisa on a new phone? Hey. Oh, okay, you're saying, hey, Miss. Is it Johan? Am I saying, do I have it right? Because I know it's J. I'm just making sure. Uh, but yeah, that'll be tomorrow that we're going to do that. And I have it saved somewhere. Was it 7 p.m. Eastern, I think, maybe? So yeah, we'll be doing that. Also, yeah, and just to let y'all know too, like, uh, I know like a bunch of shit's been like going on. It's a constant calamity in this house. Like every day is a fucking emergency here. So I'm putting out content a little bit differently. I know. Wonder why Jeremy hugged me. The moment you put your opinion online, you can't complain or lack of privacy criticism if that's sensitive. Yeah, and that's the thing. If he's left debunking because he feels, because I did that too. Like I had some YouTube channels. I had like a big one, kind of in like 2017, 2018. It probably would have grew like really big during the pandemic, to be honest. And but I was in like a bad place in my life because it was just after I broke up with the ex, and I was struggling emotionally. I was struggling emotionally when I started it, but then like I was even worse. So I was getting like negative comments on my YouTube because that's what YouTube does, you know. I was getting some negative comments on the YouTube, and it was actually causing my mental health to fall apart. So like I can appreciate people who can't handle it. You know what I mean? Like I totally get that, right? Um, Yeah, just say hello. I'm rebranding and trying something new. Please be patient and stick with me. Yeah, Alexis, that's probably what he should have done. To be honest, that's probably what he should have done. Uh, you got it the first time. Okay, perfect. All right, is Johan. So yeah, like I can appreciate if your like mental health can't handle it, because that's the thing. Like I left YouTube because like my mental health couldn't handle the negative comments. Because even though I was getting tons of positive comments, it's like you get like 90% positive comments and like 10% negative, right? And it was like it was difficult for me. But I was new to that, like receiving the negativity. Because then I left, and I had to take care of my mom at the time too. It was a whole thing. She had a brain tumor. That's sort of when I like things kind of popped off, or just after the brain tumor. It was around the brain tumor time. So that was hard too. And then just living situation. There was a bunch of shit going on. So then, and then I started doing, hey, Mr. Red Devil. And then I started doing Twitch. And when I did Twitch, I did role play. So I was doing GTA role play, Conan role play, Dungeons and Dragons, all the role play communities. You want to talk about toxicity? That the role play communities are so freaking toxic, and the audiences are really not good people. Like they'll especially against women. They'll hunt us down, try to find us in real life, dox us, send us threats, like bad threats, like bad stuff, right? So then it was like after the first YouTube channel and then the roleplay community, then I was like, okay, I felt more comfortable getting like negative comments. Then I like came back to YouTube for a bit. I was fine with that, but then I just like it's hard to keep up with the content. And then I left for a while again, but then I was like, okay, I'm coming back. I came back again. So yeah, I had a couple channels that did well, but it took a little bit to get used to the negativity online. But after I did the first YouTube channel and then the streaming on Twitch, I kind of got desensitized to it. Sometimes it still like bugs me, but you know, it depends on the day. Your ability to laugh off negative comments is definitely a skill. Yeah, like honestly, I've learned to just not engage with it, because if I give him like any of my energy, like it's just energy wasted, you know? So I don't. But once in a while someone will piss me off for like a moral reason of some sort. And then I'll go on like a rampage where I respond to comments. You should see it happened recently. My research team, the Discord that we have with the research team, And I was like, this person pissed me off. And I'm like, that's it. I'm doing this now. And then I went through and like replied to a bunch of comments that I hadn't replied to at all in 2 months because somebody pissed me off. And I was doing the same response to everyone. I went through and like every psychic who was like, I'm a real psychic, blah, 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 blah. I went through and I responded to all of them saying, you think you're a real psychic? Instead of commenting here, go win, what is it? $500,000 from CFI or $10,000 from, what the hell's the mentalist name? Guys, Dustin Dean. Yeah. And then I was like, also, please don't go to any psychic and give them any of your money. Just because I don't remove a comment doesn't mean I endorse a psychic, which is, it's fair. Because I'm not going to remove the comment unless they're like bad, like unless they're really mean to myself or the community, right? So, all right, sorry, I went on a rant there. The West Side Paranormal reminds me of an old paranormal group from Facebook called Raw Dog Paranormal. Oh God. I used to role play, so I know exactly. Yeah. It's role plays a whole thing. it's a thing. Yeah. Finding a hole in a tree. That's nasty. What time? I was role playing like on GTA. I was role playing like SOE, No Pixel, like all that. It's all the big ones. RP community scares me. People get way too parasocial there. They do. Yeah, that's what I mean by, yeah, they stalked women. And like I seen, because there's a ladies Discord where we try to help each other out, and the stuff that got shared was crazy. Did folks really confuse you with Blair of Illuminati? Yes, I get a lot of comments, people thinking I'm Blair. And then when they see my face, they comment, they're like, that's just AI. That like right now I am AI talking to you and I'm really Blair. Like guys with the conspiracy theories, come on. But there's another creator who's Canadian as well. And she used the eye for like her branding, which is like, Blair doesn't own the eye. That's been around for a long time. It came from the ancient Egyptians. And then people accuse her of being Blair. So I commented on her stuff. I was like, don't worry. People always call me Blair too all the time. She's like, oh, okay. I'm like, maybe it's a Canadian thing. Chris, those kids are vicious. Oh, yeah. There's a YouTuber from New York City that does GTA stuff. I'm a huge GTA fan. This dude, seriously, I've got his chat. Or get jealous or seriously. Yeah, that's the thing. The guys are very toxic. There's a lot of toxicity. Yeah. Who's Blair? From Illuminati. There's a channel called Illuminati, but she spells it all weird, but then it's like Naughti or something. She's not a good person. She's not a good person. If you go on YouTube and you're like Illuminati drama, you'll see she's not a good person. So a lot of people think that me or this other creator I talked to is her because she has a horrible reputation. Yeah, she stole content, accused other people of stealing content. It's a whole thing. She made her ex's life miserable. Yeah, she did financial abuse. Yeah, she did a lot of bad things. So a lot of people have this conspiracy that they think that we're her and that she's using AI for the video because she can't come back as herself anymore because everyone on YouTube hates her. So a lot of people get accused of being Blair. A lot of people do. Yeah. I did the Vampire Masquerade in the late 90s. It was bitchy enough. I also did that too, yes. And yeah, that was bitchy, but it reminded me of the Witch Coven bitchiness. So I was like, yeah. I used to watch her MLM videos. Yeah, I used to watch a lot of her MLM stuff. Like she started getting lazy and was phoning it in and stealing content. So never associated you with Blair. You're better looking, nicer. Yeah. I mean, that's what I tell people. I'm like, I understand like some of my older videos I'm not like on camera. I'm like, I say to people like, look at my new videos. I'm on camera. You can see who I am. Also, I'm Canadian. So like, it would be difficult for an American to fake being a Canadian with some of the stuff I say. That's like classic Canadian. Other Canadians know what I mean. But yeah, it'd be hard for an American to fake that unless they're from Canada, which she's not. So she's American. Hey, Pomp, my necky. I gotta change my name. Yeah, okay, gotcha. So I should have phone this so I can work on a video. Okay, yeah, no worries. Uh, why you in disguise? Yeah, it's just I get like these weird. They're like, "Are you Blair? You have to be Blair." Illuminati confirmed. Yeah. Oh man. So yeah, no, I do get accused of being her a lot. Still do VTM the video games and tabletop with friends here and there. Did the Endless Night Ball in New Orleans once. Yeah, never again. Yeah, that's the thing. You know, I always say like roleplay communities, whether it's the like LARPing communities like in Masquerade or like tabletop like D&D or GTA or Conan or something. We're all theater kids. Like everyone in the roleplay community is, even if you weren't a theater kid like in high school, you're a theater kid. Like, you know, the only reason I didn't do it in high school was because I was like, I felt embarrassed anytime I acted, but when I did act, I was really good at it. But like I always got really embarrassed and then started laughing. I was like, I felt silly, so then I would start laughing. But when you're doing like tabletop and games like that have like a sort of system to it, and you're rolling and you're doing attacks and stuff, then you kind of get more into it. And then with GTA and Conan and stuff, you just kind of get a little bit more into it. So, but yeah, it's one of those things where we're all theater kids. So the thing is, theater kids. There's a lot of cattiness and drama in the theater, and everyone, my neighbors of Bang 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 Bang, everyone who does role play they're essentially theater kids. So I think if I did that, I get back into Beardo's. What are you doing to Beardo? Hey Victoria. It's a deep dive debunking videos, Victoria, Miami. Yes, yeah, you're welcome. Give myself an alter ego. Maybe. I mean, Beardo, he's a Gemini, I've learned. So, I mean, he's got two sides to him. That my ex is Gemini. I'll never date another Gemini. I actually dated multiple Geminis in my life. Looking back on it, I'm like, yeah, I gotta stop doing that. I know astrology is debunked or whatever, but like I do, I do find that it's always been accurate in my life. So, I did theater and musical in school. Yeah, that's the thing. Like if you did theater and you were a theater kid, like role play is just up your alley. So I didn't do like theater in school. What I did is I took like media classes where I was learning I learned how to edit video when it was on tape. Like I learned how to cut tape and how to glue it together and splice it like from the editing floor means tape that's literally on the floor, right? So I was pretending to be a news anchor and I would do pretend news. And that's what I used to do for fun. And then I would start laughing at myself and I wouldn't last very long. The pretentious kids always did the live action version of Vampire. Yeah, it was always the pretentious ones. And that's the thing. I did take part in some of that stuff. So my dog, Angels, it's Gemini. I can tell. Yeah. I did theater and it was adventurous to say the least. Yeah. Too old for that drama. Yeah, it's filled with a lot of drama. Yeah. So like when I came back to YouTube, I was kind of like, yeah, I think I can just handle the negative comments because I've just learned like, just don't engage with it. Just don't respond to them. There's just no point. There really is no point. So, but yeah, and I'm just like I've been putting disclaimers everywhere and telling people though, like just because I don't remove a psychic's comment doesn't mean I'm endorsing them because I also don't want people thinking that and then paying money to these psychics that comment. So. Flores pulling Fight Club, prawn scene splices back in the day. Yeah, like I learned how to edit through tape. So like that's why like when I learned that and then I started doing video editing for my first YouTube channel and I was like, I don't know what to buy, so I just bought Adobe. So like everyone uses Adobe, so I bought Adobe Premiere. And I was like, oh, this is exactly like it's a software version of exactly what the tape machine looked like. So I was like, yeah, I can do this. But it's like more precise because it's software, but the tape machine, it was very similar. Like where the marker is on the timeline and stuff, you would have a marker on the tape. Like it was the whole thing. Yeah. So yeah. we don't talk about. I also learned how to develop my own photos too, and I learned, but I've forgotten the knowledge of how to take pictures with like an old like SLR camera or whatever. The one before it was digital. Like the ones like I wanted to learn on the cameras that weren't digital, and I learned how to do it all properly. And now I totally forget, and I'm like I don't remember my camera knowledge at all, so I suck at that. So they were born June 10th. Yeah. Yeah, that's a Gemini. Adverts in the live stream. Yeah, there's like low adverts on. Man, I want to be that couple who bought the house where the old Jaws scenes were left in the with the machine. Oh, that would be fun. Leave the comments, let them show your true colors and dig their hole a little deeper. Yeah, that's the thing. I just kind of like leave the comments. I remove comments if people get like if people insult myself or other viewers or other commenters, like, you know, insults, not like to the topic, but like, you know, like some, you know, coming up with some like stupid physical insult or calling someone stupid or the R word, you know what I mean? Like then I'll remove them from the channel. I'll ban them. I know it's a bit gated now, but have you ever read Lyle Watson or Colin Wilson on the paranormal phenomena? Colin Wilson, yes. I read him for one of the videos I did. I just read a bit of the book, the one book he did. I can't remember which video it was for. I did watch a little bit. Hey, Ivan. Ivan? Thank you for everything you do for Australia. You're welcome. Personal, Ken. I don't know what you mean. Sorry. I don't think I've been reading your comments. I normally try to do that for the replay people, but okay. James, used to consider the male war gamers, role players as part of the tribe of freaks and introverts that we're all part of, but online many of them come across as toxic. There's some good ones. There are ones that I role play with, and they share their painted figurines in my Discord all the time. So there's a few of them in my Discord. So yeah. Little Miss New Kitty's stubborn streak. Yeah, that can happen with. I can also happen like Taurus, but yeah. But yeah, it depends because you could say that about video game players because that's the other thing. Like, I dealt with role play and then I dealt with a really toxic situation. Then I quit role play for a while because it was really toxic because I was still like struggling with, I still struggle with my mental health all the time, but it's just kind of like knowing your limits, right? And then I went to WoW, and see, because I remember trying WoW when it was first released, way back in the day. But I was in college and I was like, I can't keep playing. I can't play this or I'm going to fail. So I left. And then when I left roleplay for a bit, then I went to WoW and I'm like, nah, that's toxic. That's a toxic place. But I loved doing raid progression. So I still did it. It was very toxic. It's so toxic. I went to WoW multiple times. I did this multiple times, raid progression guilds. So I can't do it now though, because between the MS and the fibro, my like reaction time is horrible. So, what made you think it was super late here? Yeah, I don't know. Where are you at, Pomp? I'm not sure where you are. James, ever play Heroescape, Pomp? Because England's like 5 hours ahead. Oh, Pomp, are you in England? Yeah, what time is it? It's like, I don't know, what time is it? Midnight? 10? Something? 11? I thought it was like 6 hours. Yeah, the WoW community can be incredibly toxic. Yeah, it is. Yeah. I haven't roleplayed in 20 years. Yeah. Yeah, it's not midnight yet. Yeah, some people go to bed really early in the UK, I know. But for me, even just normally, I struggle to go to bed. So, yeah. But yeah, the WoW community is very toxic, but I really enjoyed raid progression. That was my favorite part of WoW was the raid progression. So I just kept joining guilds and they would end up being either not doing the progression, not doing what I liked, or they would just be toxic. So it was one or the other. So then I would leave WoW and then I'd go back to roleplay. I did that back and forth like for a number of years. And then eventually, then I just kind of lost interest in WoW because I didn't want to do the toxicity anymore. Plus, also, I couldn't keep up with progression guilds. And then the role play, I just kind of got tired of GTA. There's so much drama as streamers. I just really, I don't know. I wasn't feeling it. I kind of lost my interest in it. So then I went back to Conan roleplay, which is the best roleplay, but the most toxic community out of everything I've ever taken part in my life is Conan roleplay. That is the most toxic community ever. So, um, yeah, I went back and forth to Conan a lot, and then finally I was like, I'm just so done. And because I've told some of them off and like was mean to some of them, I have like a reputation in the Conan community. People are like, oh, she power games or she does this or she cheats. It's just like, no, I just fucking have told people off a lot and yelled at them and fucking told them where to shove it. Uh, Uldar was the greatest raid in WoW, no doubt. Yeah, I don't know what would be the best. I really did enjoy the raids in BFA because I really liked it was more there's a bit more puzzles and stuff in it and they were longer. I really like the longer raids too. I don't know. I know BFA was a friggin' mess and the story was dumb, but I did enjoy the raids. I did enjoy the raids. Conan the Barbarian. Yeah, there's a video game called Conan, and you mod it, and it's pretty much Dungeons and Dragons. You can be anything you want. It usually takes part in like a fantasy setting, and you can just be whatever you want. So, yeah. He made me mod too. Yeah. Uh, what is best in life, Conan? What? I don't know what you mean. A true savage. No. Am I a true savage? I don't know. I just went off on a lot of people and just, I don't know. He would piss me off. So, but then like they turn it around on people. Anyone who kind of stands up for themselves ends up getting a bad name for themselves in Conan. There's a whole lot of stupidity in that community. But yeah. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to just come back. Well, I kind of came back to YouTube too, because I'm like, Twitch is like, to make money on Twitch and like to kind of keep afloat there, you've got to be constantly streaming. Like my one best friend is still a streamer there and she's streaming like 7 days a week. And I'm like, I can't do it. And so I was always constantly struggling to rebuild my audience because I would get like not feeling well and I wouldn't be around for like a week or a month or or the role play communities because that's mainly what I streamed. I would get tired of it, so I'd take a break from role play and then lose viewers that way. So yeah, gotta watch Conan the Barbarian with Arnold in it. You'll know the answer, Fleur. What was the question? I actually do know Conan, the lore, and I have watched the Arnold one. Yeah. Unforgettable was my guild. I had so many guilds that I was in and out of. All I play now is Sims 4. I haven't had time for like video games. I know some of my friends like wanted me to play stuff with them and I'd like to play with them. I just don't have time. Standing up for yourself seems toxic to a lot of communities. Yeah, pretty much. Little Miss, yeah. Yeah, I used to play Sims too. Sims is fun. I just don't really have the time for anything. Yeah, you're a bossy or a troublemaker. Yeah. Um, what is best in life was the question. Oh, best from Conan. I don't know. I don't if that's like a quote or something. I'm not good at remembering the little details like that, but I know the lore of Conan and I did watch Arnold. Like I watched the Arnold movie when I was really young though. Like I haven't rewatched it in a very long time. Don't forget to hit the like button. Yes, Steven. Yes. I'm a bossy bitch then. Yeah, I can. That's the thing. I can be a little bit bossy and bitchy, but also like I have ADHD and it was like unmedicated all the time too. And I think that pissed people off because like I don't mean to interrupt people or whatever. It just kind of happens and I didn't realize it. So some people hate me because of that. And I'm like, whatever, fuck off. The gem of Conan the Barbarian was James Earl Jones. Was he in that too? Oh, maybe he was. Yeah. Eliminations of the rabbits. That makes sense then. Yeah, I haven't watched the Arnold one in a very long time. It's been a really long time. But I was reading up the lore because I enjoyed role playing like actually from Conan. Like I like the desert, the look of the desert and things like that. And I would be in the desert areas, but everyone would be in the highlands because they all want to be fantasy, like Lord of the Rings bullshit. And I'm just like, fine, I'll play an elf, like, you know, because I'm whatever with an elf. But I'm like, I enjoy the Conan itself, but there wasn't many people playing just like humans. So once in a while I'd play a human. I liked playing demons and stuff though. That was fun. But you need to have a crew. If you're going to play a demon, you kind of need to have a crew. Um, Sims 4 can be a bit contagious. Yeah, it is. Yeah, Sims can be contagious. Yeah. I just don't take a bunch of guff from people. Yeah, it's just one of those things. It's stupid. There's just like the role playing Conan is so good. Like the story is good, the role play is excellent, but just there's a lot of toxicity, and then you'll be like shut out of storylines if people decide that they don't like you. Oh, Sealy, so it's a whole thing. I'm a Vader fan too. Yeah, a long-eared Florio. Yeah, I mean, I like elves and stuff, so I play elves, but my favorite character is I was playing she was human, but she was like a bad sorceress and she was like doing necromancy and stuff and she sold her soul for more power. And so like there was a devil like or demon inside of her soul or inside her body and it was holding onto her soul. So then when she dies, then the demon will come out and grab her soul and then pay it off to the devil that she sold it to. So I was playing that character. So I would flip between the demon coming out and between the human sorceress. And I would just flip between the two and play like two characters in one. And that was really fun character. I like that one. Um, Alexis, to be fair, I do that pretty much all games. I missed what you do. But yeah, so that's what I was doing. That was like my favorite Conan character, I would say. I played like a bunch of characters though. I love playing a Nosferatu in Vampire Masquerade. Yeah, I can't remember. I can't remember what vampire group I would play in. It's been a really long time. I don't remember. It wasn't the no. It wasn't the like that sort of like Nosferatu looking vampires. It was like the more passing as a human vampires kind of deal. So Demon Insider, Bad Sorceress. Yeah, sounds like my kind of role play. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, your name is Red Devil, so yeah. Um, but yeah, oh, I was gonna say, like, it's been really, like, busy and just, like, not even really, just, it's been, like, there's been stress here, shit, goes wrong, whatever, there's constantly, like, issues going on. So, um, there is a bunch of video essays that I do have on the to-do list and I've started working on them. But just like it's one of those things where like if I'm not in the right headspace, like I'm having trouble sitting down and like organizing all the information for you guys. So you might see some more like react kind of style videos like what I've released the last few weeks where I kind of we watch something together and I give you like feedback on stuff like tell you guys like things and we do some research or whatever in the moment. So you might see more of that for a little bit until like I can find a new normal here because I'm really struggling to like just sit down and be able to do like the proper video essay deep dives. I do want to get back into them. I have a bunch on the to-do list. Like that psychic meta study thing is a bunch of the work is done. It's just I know I still have to sit down and like work it all out. I'm just having trouble sitting down and doing that. Whereas like I find it a little bit easier to just find something that I want to kind of talk about and just work on it like in that moment and just like videotape it in that moment and then release that to you guys. I'm finding that to be easier for me to manage for now. So I do apologize if you guys haven't been seeing as many video essays, but I will get back to them just once I get life figured out. I don't know. Um, you see my handle on Discord makes it even better. Wait, what's your handle on Discord? It's not the same as here? If it's not the same as here, then I wouldn't have known that it was you. Is your handle Mr. Red Devil on Discord? Robert E. Howard did some great short stories. I once saw Peta Bad, Dyslexic Warlock. The contract was void because they couldn't spell their name properly. That's funny. My life would be so much simpler if I did roll over and submit. Oh god, I sold my soul to a satyr. Oh, that's messy. Yeah, anything Fae related. I love the chaos of Fae. I have played Fae before, so yeah. Hey JB. Yeah, it's just one of those things where I'm like, it's just easier for me to kind of just film something in the moment. Then I know the video essays. I do really like doing them, and they do better. Like they do much better than just the React stuff. But the React stuff still does good if I stay within certain topic areas. So it'll be totally cool still with a gorilla style video. Just know, but you'd know it was me for sure, especially with the demon talk. Okay, well now I'll keep an eye out, but I'm really bad with like names and stuff, so I don't know. You might have to remind me. Honestly, it's better to just remind me of stuff. Instead of like I'm just it's also because that's also like the fibro as well as the ADHD plays a role, but it's mainly the fibro. So like I'm just at this point in my life where I'm like, I'm not gonna pretend that I know somebody or I know what they're talking about. I'm gonna just try to be honest to just remind me, poke me, remind me, whatever. Be like, hey, this is me. Like, just tell me. I'm not gonna be offended because I'm just my brain is in constant fog. So, a grill style video would be cool to see. Just film it, rough and raw. Yeah, like that's sort of like the React stuff that I've been doing. The video essays, I kind of need like I need to sit down and actually work them out because I'm trying to give you guys information and I'm trying to make a point and I don't want any of that information to be incorrect. So I need to like go through and confirm everything. It's a lot more work to do the video essays because I don't want anything to be incorrect or something and then it like negate the whole video kind of deal. So yeah, fibromyalgia is terrible. Yeah, fibromyalgia is a mess. Yeah. Oh yeah, I got this one. This the Flare Day shirt. My everything hurts. I'm working. The store should be done soon. It's that KK ordered one of the sweatshirts that I had picked out, and just they're way too small. And I know like the sizing only goes up to like 3X or something. And she's like, "Yeah, you need to order like a size or two bigger." I was like, "That's not enough wiggle room." So I've switched to a different. We're trying out two other sweatshirts. I'm getting KK to try them, and they just added in an option for me to do the printing as only the direct to garment, so that it's not screen printed. So for these bigger designs, like it's not all plasticky. It's like in the cloth. I'm gonna switch the bigger designs to that, and I'm just gonna say like it's gonna look a little more retro. Like this looks a little bit more muted in color, and it's because it's on the garment itself, but it's a lot more comfortable and it won't make you sweaty and stuff. So I'm going to switch all the t-shirts to that. The t-shirt stuff we have figured out. Oh, the hats I had to switch because they were a fucking mess. And we had to switch the hoodies. So now we ordered the hoodies and we got to try them all out. So tell you, I just haven't done my teaching of establishing dominance in this group yet. Okay. My friend Deb is fibro and what is that? Ankylosing spondylitis. Spondylitis. I know how to say that word and I can't say that one, but I don't know how to say the first word. Ankylosing. I don't know what that is. And she also has autism. She's tough. Yeah, it's like there's stuff that is from ADHD and I was always like, oh, it's because of my fibro. But now I'm like, oh, like it's both. So like I've got it from both like disorders. I've got issues from both disorders. That's why it feels so intense, you know? And I'm just like, damn, all right. Um but yeah. So what I was thinking of doing, I know I don't really get into like the tech and the gadgets too often, but for this week I kind of cuz I rewatched like the Chris and Selena video when it was doing the premiere with you guys, right? Oh, her spine is slowly fusing. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. My friend had that too, and in Canada they don't put a bar down the spine anymore to stop paralysis. So they're just like, yeah, you're gonna have to just wing it. I'm like, this is so stupid. So people end up paralyzed here a lot. So hopefully, if it's really bad, then hopefully that surgery is available. Because otherwise, like in Canada, we got to travel to the U.S. if we want that. If you want to walk, you got to travel to the U.S. to get the, what is it? It's like a pole, a pipe down the spine. There's a word. I can't remember the word. But yeah, it's tough because you need to have that space down your spine. Otherwise, you will lose the ability to walk. So Canada's a mess. Hey, Chris, welcome back. Right. So what I was saying. So, and rewatching the Call Me Chris and the Selena Spooky Boo video with you guys, I realized a few things about some of the devices that I'm like, I don't think like anyone's looked at certain like parts of it, and I wanted to maybe explore that. So I was thinking maybe for this week's video, we might sit down and just look at a couple device things, and see if there's like, I don't know. I want to see if I can like just pull a video out of it. I'm not going to do like crazy in-depth research like a video essay, but we'll just kind of like do it on the fly on a video together. So, don't go to Canada, get my spine fixed. Noted. Yeah. It's a mess here. Hey, Engir. Engir. How the hell does Stevie say it? I know I say it wrong, right? I don't know. Stevie says it right, and I can't remember now. I can't remember how she says it. So I noticed that like nobody really looked into the music box before, and I looked into it for that Selena and Chris video, and it's like not a good device. Like it's like really bad. So I wanted to explore that. I wanted to explore the new Alice box because in rewatching my video and the little bit of Google I did during that video, I was like, oh, Engar, that's it. Okay. I was like, oh, okay, like there's more to this device. So I want to look at that. My doctor told me I'll be in a wheelchair in less than 10 years because all my issues with my back and CRP. Yeah, you have a lot going on, Julie. Like, and that's the thing, like if your back or if your body's not strong enough to heal from the surgeries too, it's not worth it. So like I would, yeah, my friend ended up getting a back surgery because she needed the rod. That's what it is. She needed the rod down her spine, but we don't do that in Canada anymore. So they're like, well, we can cut your discs out, and do it that way. And I was just like, she was like, okay, I guess like it's better than going paralyzed, but they messed up her back during the surgery. There was actually malpractice. But you can't sue people in Canada, like doctors and stuff. It's impossible. So anyways, she's in a wheelchair now. It's a mess. But she spent some time, the walking got way worse after the surgery, and she spent some time still able to walk with a walker. But then she ended up she caught COVID and then had a stroke during the COVID, and then now she's in a wheelchair because of that. And
now connected to Florian.
Okay, Alexis, thank you. Kenny Biddle and Dawson both had videos about the music box. It was a warp. Oh, really? Okay, I'll have to check out Kenny's video then. Why don't they do it in Canada? I don't know. Usually there's some financial reason when it comes to Canada and crap like that. So that's probably why, like a financial reason, but also like if there's too many complications, then they'll stop doing it. Which all back surgeries are filled with complications. So like I don't know why they stopped doing the rods. So yeah, no disc, no vertebrae, just floppy spinal cord. Yeah, it's a mess when you get to that point. Yeah. I've had several back surgeries, none of them help. Yeah, they always make it worse. They always make it worse. The only time like that it's worth it is when you're at the point where you're like, listen, you're not going to walk again, or you get a surgery, and that surgery is going to be the rod down your spine. Like that's the only time that I would agree to it, is like when I'm facing rod down my spine or paralysis. But otherwise I wouldn't do any of the other back surgeries. So my mom's worker may step in here in a minute and be loud and think maybe. Has anyone tried to use moving cactus for ghost research? You know, the one imitating babies on commercials? That'd be funny, actually. Chris, haven't seen Wiz's yet. Yeah, I haven't seen all the videos yet. I was waiting to see, what's the guy's name that's in Africa? I don't remember his YouTube channel name, but he's a really good video editor. He knows a lot more than what I've seen everyone else so far. I'm waiting for his video, so I don't even want to get mine done. Got a friend who had hers done soon. She's also been working 12-hour days for the last 9. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's the thing. Like, once you get the rod in your spine, too, like, you are not okay. You're just able to still walk. And it's a long healing process, and you've got to, yeah, work. You've got to just work, and a lot of people can't. It's a whole thing. So, yeah, if the toy hears a sound, it'll imitate it. Yeah, yeah. But see, the thing is, like, all these YouTubers they're like nearby all their equipment and they're constantly screaming. So, yeah, it's a debunker from Africa. What is his YouTube account? Like, I know Beardo featured him recently too, but um God, I can't remember. He was doing the guy was doing Twin Paranormal, and he's like, take a look at his ass, and he's like, not this ass, or was it ass? I can't remember, but he's good. All right, Mystic Mima. Yeah, I'll talk to you later. I can't remember his YouTube name is something debunked paranormal. Yeah, that's what it is. Like, his YouTube name has paranormal in it, which is why I'm like, I can't remember channels that I can't remember channel names that use paranormal or ghost because they all just blend together. So yeah, debunked paranormal. That's it. Yeah. Knob, that's it. He's like, look at this knob, not this knob, but this knob, and he was pointing between a doorknob and one of the twins. Yeah. Knob, that's what it was. And then he had to explain his joke, which is I know is like a whole thing, but what it's so dumb. But yeah, it was funny. I don't know, it was funny. Um, I hate it when they all scream. Yeah, and they all fucking do that, right? Hey, Chris, I just feel living pod with Chris. Yeah, like and the screaming is like part of the reason why I think the stupid music boxes are going off. But I'm gonna have to watch if Kenny did a video on the music box. I'm gonna have to see what he says because I am curious. So I was thinking about maybe just kind of doing a video this week where we take a look at some gadgets, and just kind of like not I'm not going to do like crazy deep research on them, but I just want to kind of look at some of them. So, and I want to touch on Twin Paranormal's gadgets because I've had thoughts on them, but it wasn't enough to make a whole video. But if I'm making a video on gadgets, then I'm going to touch on Twin Paranormal. So I might just throw them in the thumbnail and then just wait for the Twin Paranormal Hate crew to show up. Kenny posted a second video on the candle. Oh, did he? Okay. I do want to check all that out too. Yeah. Well, what time are we at? I don't fucking know what time we're at. Okay, well, okay, I gotta go pee. I could go pee, and then we could take a look at Kenny's music box video together. And then the bell is a timer. Yeah, the music box is something else though. And Dawson had a really good debate over. Okay, yeah. If you have, I'll take a look. If you have links to Dawson's, I'll take a look and see if I can find Kenny's. They'll scream in the comment section, not watch the video. Yeah, exactly. But I'm used to that with the psychic people, so. I'm behind on the candle, hasn't been debunked. It has many debunks possible, so. Seriously thumped a friend in the throat with my finger because he screamed right in my ear. Yeah, I hate the screaming. It's so stupid. But I could go pee and then we could take a look and see if we can find these music box videos, or I can just end the live. And you guys can go watch Kenny's new video. What do you guys want to do? Do you want to keep the live going, or do you want to just go off? I don't automatically dismiss gadgets, but they're generally used by type of people who wouldn't trust an electric toothbrush. I use gadgets on ghost hunts in different ways than other people would use it. So everyone thinks it involves magnets. I do think it's magnets or the magician string. So yeah, send the links to my Discord. Yeah. Okay, all right. I'm going to put up a be right back screen. I also got to pull out my earbuds too. Okay, I'm going to go wash her. Okay, I'm just getting things set up. What time is your okay, at 8 p.m. tonight? Okay. Um I'll try to finish this before your thingy then. Normally I would be done before this, right? Yeah, I think normally would be. Okay. We gotta set up the camera. Okay, hold on. I've been messing with OBS trying to get something different. So one sec, we're gonna get a jump scare. Very zoomed in. Ah! Okay, I've been trying to mess with some different settings with my camera. Okay. Filters. This one, I think? Yeah, this filter. Okay. So I apologize if it looks funky. I'm trying to do some different stuff with it. This is supposed to be a 4K camera. But like right now we're streaming in 1080p. But I've been trying out some different stuff for recording. I'm trying to get it to look better, but I think what's only going to look best is like an actual camera. Which I have one picked out. I just need the money for it. All right. Jeff is a fun guest. All our guests have been fun. Maybe it's just us making everyone look fun. Mr. Gray thinks he crossed his leg under the tabletop, put a magnet on his foot, and moved the candle. Lots of time. At least I scheduled it properly this time. All right, nice. I'm interested in seeing what the visual effects people save, taking close frame by frame look at it, and don't think. I don't think it's a video edit, and people get like a little bit. I know people get like a little bit of tunnel vision, and they're like, oh, I'm an editor, full-time editor, and it's a video edit. But like sometimes people forget like just the good old-fashioned like special effects back in the day, So I honestly think it is a magician's trick. I've seen that done by magicians, I just think it's a magician's trick. I think that's all it is. So, yeah. Okay, let's get a window going. Wait. Switched. Oh, wait. Oh, Jeff sent me some links. Okay. Hold on. Wait. Hold on, I gotta fix this. Oh, Dawson's is members only. That sucks. All right, that's unfortunate. Hold on, wait. I gotta hide this. Okay. Well, if Dawson wanted to make his stuff like known, like it'd be really helpful because I want to do that for a video this week. So, I'm confident it was a magnet. I still think the Patterson film. Wait, what's the Patterson film? I'd have to look at it again. I don't actually see him cross it. I think he has someone working with him. I don't think. Yeah, he always picks the laziest route. Exactly, Jeff. That's what I've said. I'm like, no, the video editing is way too much work. He'll pick the easiest route. And that candle thing I've seen done by magicians. It's very easy to do. Yeah, Beardo goes for like special effects a lot very quickly. I do agree. Wisdom's is good closest I've seen. Okay. We'll take a look at that too. Let me. Did you say his name is Wisdom? Is that his name? Okay. I don't think I've ever watched any of this guy's stuff. Is he a debunker? Okay. Subscribe to him. Yeah, ask Dawson if he, or even if Dawson can tell me what he debunked it as, like what his response was, just so I could understand. Just like write it out. Candle videos me a bit perplexed because the candle almost looks like it lifts, which is why I think it's magnets. Listen, my ex was like super into those earth magnets, and you can do some funky things with them. You can make things like jump and like skip and stuff. So like I think it's magnets. I do think it's magnets. I've seen my ex do some dumb shit with those earth magnets, including almost take his finger off. So like they're really strong and you can manipulate them to do what you want to do. So he does mostly music. Okay, is all right. Let's just watch this really quick. Hold on. Is this it? Well, what did he do? Oh, he didn't say what he did. What did he do? Yeah, like even the up and down like that, it could be magnets, or I've seen too with like magician string, which is what I said. It's either magnets or string or something. I don't know what he did with the jar though. He didn't explain it. Okay. Oh, wait. I don't think you guys can hear this. Hold on, I gotta fix it. I gotta turn on the audio for you guys. Okay.
So I'm doing this real quick video.
Is this too low or too not low, or like too loud, or whatever the words are? Hold on, I'm opening up a protein bar. I've never eaten this one before. That's all right. Black sewing, that works great for those types of effects. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the thread. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's a little loud. Oh, it's really quiet for me.
Video because honestly I was too
How's this?
excited not to put it out. I had to do something and I couldn't wait for do like a full like break.
Is that okay? Does that sound okay? Sorry, I'm taking a bite of the protein bar because I haven't eaten anything all day. It's just been one of those days. Let me know how it sounds. I know the chat is still delayed on screen too. I can't fix it. All right. It's good? Okay. All right.
Breakdown, a full-fledged breakdown. So I'm doing a real short one here. Well, I'm going to try and keep it short. This is one of the ultrasonic music boxes that ghost hunters use. So this one has the two sensors here. It's got a transmitter and receiver, and that's the way this model works, because there are other ones that do the transceiver version, which is a transmitter and receiver in one unit. That's why you only have one hole in the front of the other music boxes that are sold by ghost hunters. This one was built by Tom Flock for me so I could test it and play with it, and it's interesting. I had it set up all weekend and like different places in my house here and in the garage, and I had it over in the office, and it's been going off randomly at random times, like depending on the scene at which it's calibrated to. Sometimes it doesn't go off at all. Sometimes it goes off like every 5 or 10 seconds. Sometimes it was going off like every 20 or 30 seconds or something like that. Even when I had it here, sitting here facing like my living room area, because there's like two sofas, there's shelves and stuff like that. So I think the uneven surface kind of messed it up. I'm not really sure, I'm speculating, but it would go off like every minute or so.
That'd be interesting because...
but then I realized something.
I don't know how loud I am into this. The uneven surface would be interesting because a lot of ghost hunters do put it on the uneven surface, but this is not the same music box. Okay.
And I put a video on my members only section of YouTube because I was just so excited, and it was the first video I had where I discovered this, so I put it on there and shared it with the members. But I was walking by this when it was on, and it went off, And then when I walked by again later, it went off again. So I wasn't in the beam. I wasn't like actually, because it was facing that way and I was walking back here. So there should be no reason it went off because of me. Because it doesn't work on any kind of visual cues, no visible light. It doesn't work on that. It doesn't work on infrared. It works on sound. So the only thing that was different was my keys. So these are my keys. I usually, they're house keys, car keys, and various other like office keys and stuff like that. But I usually wear them on my belt loop here as I walk by. I always have them. That's how my wife finds me in department stores and stuff, because she hears the keys rattling. And that was the only thing that was different. So I was like, oh, well, let me try this. And I took it off and I shook them, and I was getting this thing to go off. Not only getting it to go off,
Somebody
but
get
I wasn't
Dawson
even
in here.
in the path of the beam. I was behind it.
I want to know what Dawson
All right,
said.
so we have a full view here. You should be able to see into my kitchen here and a little bit on this side, I hope, because I have the wide view on. So here's the front, here's the two sensors. I'm going to point it off the table so it doesn't read the table at all. But I'm going to point it off the table. It's pointing that way. And I'm going to turn it on. You're going to see a white light right here start blinking, and then it'll stop. And that means it's calibrated, because I think the process is that it sends out 8 pulses, 8 ultrasonic pulses, in order to gauge, okay, where things are. Is there any difference
like a bat
between those 8
sonar
pulses?
thing.
No, okay, we're calibrated. We know where something is. We know.
Yeah, Julie, if someone's going to use equipment, they need to research how they work. Exactly. Like, that was my kind of critique on, like, Selena and Chris in that other video. They didn't even understand how the equipment worked. Lost husband, yeah.
Know how far things are away from the sensor. And that's it. And that's what it bases all the rest of the signals that it puts out as it stays on. That's what it bases it on. So if there's any difference, like somebody comes in front of it, hits the signal comes back to it and says, hey, something's much closer, let's set the alarm off. Or in this case, it's a music box. So I'm going to turn it on. There's the white light. So it's calibrated. I'm going to put my hand in front of it. There you go. So it's going off. It's working the way it should. But watch this. So I'm standing behind it. You know, I'm not making it go off. Nothing. Okay? I'm going to pick my keys up.
Yeah.
Look, again, I'm behind it.
But you see, I'm going to clip Kenny's video, because you see how he set it up, right? Like, this is what you want to do in investigations. You see, he set the box up, he calibrated it, then he waved his hand in front of it to test it. But nobody in these stupid screaming and yelling ghost hunting YouTube channels do that. They don't test the equipment to make sure that it's set up correctly, you know? Like, you need to make sure that the environment works for it. So, yeah, there's different boxes. Hey, Blaine. Kenny's box is different from the other one. Does Dawson use the black one that all the cool kids use? Because, okay, hold on, wait. I know I muted the music. Listen, we're going to take a risk. I know I muted the music from Selena and Chris's video because I didn't want my video to, like, you know, whatever, be taken down or blah, blah, blah. So let me just, because if it happens in this live, it's fine. What I'll do is I'll edit it out. Let me show you the music box scene if we can find it. And just show you how they didn't do that with their equipment. And this is what I think I'm going to do this weekend, and just kind of look at stuff like this, right?
We're going.
Okay, hold on. There's a lot of music in their video too, by the way, which I fucking hate in ghost hunt stuff. Let's see. There's their stupid matches. Okay. If this gets edited out, it'll be because the music gods decided it was copyright.
What's this?
Okay, is that too loud for you guys? Because you know they get loud. Oh, hey, Joe. Hey, how's it going? Hey, Hey, Agony Goose. Great Hendrix cover. Wait, what? I don't know what you're talking about. So yeah, I was thinking about kind of oh crap, you said it's good. Shit, I lost my window. This is what I was thinking about doing for this week. Just because like my mind is all and I haven't been able to sit down and do a video essay. So okay, let's watch their scene. All right. If this gets edited out later, it's because the music got copyrighted. But I can edit lives later, so.
I thought it was a scary place. Go. Here, you know, she needs to go that way. Because maybe she'll pass by.
Okay, she's grabbing the music box.
You're about to go? Okay, well, if you are, you can walk in front of that music box.
That's the music box right there.
It's just calibrating. Oh.
It's pointed at the wall.
There.
It calibrated.
Okay.
It's immediately just still going off.
Are you here?
Right? It's pointed at the wall. This whole tunnel is really echoey.
Careful, buddy. Water. Okay. Listen. Well, hold up. Where you at? If you see the light, go off.
Like it goes off a lot for this whole scene, and they didn't test it like to make sure that was it set up right. Our screaming is setting it off. Is it like pointed maybe at the wall that everything is echoing off of, or is it picking up Chris constantly falling? So it goes off a lot.
You deserve to go. You deserve to go. Where do you feel like it is?
Screaming and jumping up and down.
Do you still see the light in front of you? Okay, everything stopped. Wait, if you're still here, can you go in front of the music box?
Selena moved away from it. Okay, now it's going again. Like, I just feel like it is bouncing.
So sorry. Follow the water.
Like, I don't think that it knows exactly what's happening around it, which is why it's not constantly going off, but it's why it's not quiet. There is bouncing off of sound and stuff, so. I can't deal with them. Yeah, I know. They're loud and annoying. I understand. I know. You got to be in the mood for them. Some of these girls new video a few days ago. Yeah, it was last weekend's video. Yeah. Oh, hey, Dawson. Dawson, do you have the black music box? Or are you using this one?
Okay, where do you want to go?
This do.
Okay.
This one?
Okay, Chris, I'm really...
You see her moving a lot and the music box is going off. I think certain sound frequencies set it off in addition to motion. Yes. Dawson, do you have this one? What was your response to Kenny? I just wanted to understand if you've debunked this box and what you said. Because I want to do like a video kind of talking a little bit about this scene and this box this weekend again. So I'd be interested in seeing what the demographic is. Their demographic is like people that watch your channel. It's like 20 to 40 is like their like main demographic, to be honest. Maybe 20 to 35. I don't have the coffin one. Okay, I think the coffin one is broken. I think the reason why we see all of these YouTubers use the same equipment is because some of them are broken, you know? Like, the music box goes off a lot in Twin Paranormal's videos, and they fucking scream at everything, too. But you see, the music box is pointed at the wall, right? And it's constantly going off as Chris is moving, as they're screaming, and this music box goes off with sound and movement. So, like, then... Hold on. Then, Chris sets up the music box. See, it constantly goes off.
That's what I wanted to see, if it was the camera lighting on. Yeah. Oh god. Have. Where is she now? Wait. She's right here! She's like following me in the same direction.
Okay, she picks up the music box. See, you can see by the light Can you guys see my mouse? You can see by the light, it's pointed at the wall, right? And then we watch Chris set it up.
Also, move the box. That's okay. Oh, she wants to sit. Let me put this here. See if we get her to come closer. Here, let's put it maybe. Or, no. How do you do this?
When you put it down, face what it that way.
Yeah.
That wrong facing.
Yeah. So.
And see, now Chris is pointing it out the tunnel, not against a wall.
Where I was standing.
We'll move back.
Yeah. What's it? Where do you do this?
Just flick it.
Oh, this one. Okay. All right. We moved it just to like be sure.
Yeah. Calibrating.
Calibrating. And then from here on, it doesn't go off at all. So like the positioning played a role in this. Just use a real music box. Well, I mean, the idea is it's supposed to be a motion detector, right? Dawson, my response to Kenny was essentially, I can't replicate how he's triggering it with mine. He can use keys, I cannot. He said loud traffic can trigger it. I was unable to replicate that next to a HW. Is that the name of your box? Because I'm just curious. Yeah, you say broken, they say great evidence, exactly. Kenny did a great job in assessment. I disagree personally because I can't replicate it, but he did solid groundwork. The coffin one, I have no idea which sensor is in it. Mine uses ultrasonic. The coffin one uses sound, so it uses ultrasonic as well. I sent the link to Dawson's short where Kenny's test didn't work on his. Oh, okay, perfect. Okay. Agony Goose was writing something similar, but you put it better. Couldn't agree more. Couldn't a ghost just create the noise? Pff, I know, that's the thing. The red lightsabers are a good prop for this type of video. It actually lights up the areas that they're in really well. Like I'd be down to get red lightsabers to light up a room for video. I don't think the coffin is broken, being I've used it for hours on end with it never triggering, but I think people aren't giving it enough space. Yeah, that's what I mean. Oh, HW highway. Yeah, that's what I mean though. Like I feel like because we see in this video, Dawson, I don't know if you can sit through a full Selena and Chris video, but even if you watch mine, because I did cut through a lot of it, Selena messes with that the EVP bell, you know, that stupid dead bell. She messes with it. Anytime it goes quiet, she then plays with the knob and it goes off. And this video here makes me think, because they learned like ghost hunting from Sam and Colby, right? And Sam and Colby have done guest spots with all the other people. And I really feel like they all know how to set off their equipment, and they do it on purpose for the videos. And that's kind of what I want to talk about in this video this week, is that they know how to fuck with their equipment to set it off, you know? It isn't triggered by sound, instead of sound wave bouncing and coming back. The timing of that wave coming back determines if something got in the way. Yeah, it kind of works like a bat sonar kind of deal, right? Don't play with strange knobs. My description of you with the letters A is absolutely inspiring. I'm confused. James, solid advice. Yeah, don't play with knobs. Yeah. So like, I just have a theory that they actually all know how to set off the equipment. Like they all know how to break the equipment kind of deal, right? Whereas like when you guys investigate, like Dawson and Jeff and all them, you guys set up your equipment properly. You make sure that the area isn't going to accidentally set off the device before you step away, where they didn't really do that, right? The device immediately, the box was starting to go off, which then tells you that, oh, this isn't placed well because it immediately started going off, right? Like you would go and just readjust it and make sure that it wasn't a false positive. That's what you guys would do. That's what most of us would do. But these people, they know how to break their devices, right? Just like we saw them with the match in this stupid video. Like they don't know how to light a match and keep a match lit. And then once they leave the tunnel, suddenly they know how to light a match. It's like, I think they know what they're doing. I don't know. I gave them a little bit more credit when I did this video. After rewatching it, I'm like, I think they know exactly what they're doing. I think that they know that they're messing with the matches. They're messing with the devices. Like, I think they know exactly what they're doing to create fake evidence because it's a better YouTube video, you know? So, I don't know. I think that everyone's well aware of what they're doing. Um, all right. I know you guys are making sex jokes. It's okay. Tracy said A, but looks like AI, but looks like a typo. I'm confused. Weaponized ignorance. Yeah, it's like they're knowingly doing this stuff, you know? When I tell you I did that match trick and was amazed, it was life-changing. The acting. Well, and that's the thing, right? Because like Chris is an actor and she has been trying to get acting roles, you know? And the thing is like Selena has never been applying for acting roles and she never said she's an actor. But a lot of people believe that her sleepwalking videos are fake. And if they're fake, then she's a pretty good actor, right? So now I'm curious about their acting skills at this point. They made a movie and I really want to see it now because I want to see how good their acting is. Because if their acting is really good, then that could explain some of this stuff, you know? Whereas like with Sam and Colby, Sam's a horrible actor. Wait, is Sam the one with the dark hair? I think no, is that Colby? Colby is a horrible actor. You can tell he's acting, but Sam is a good actor. He's good, you know? And you can tell that Sam is a good actor because of how bad Colby's acting is next to him. So music box is solid, but if it moves a hair, the ultrasonic wave will freak out since it isn't calibrated properly anymore. Yeah, even just by a hair when you turn on. Yeah, exactly. Absolutely inspiring. She like what you do. Okay, gotcha. It can throw off the calibration. Yeah, and that's what I think. This is my thoughts, right? Is that like I think they know how to fuck with their equipment. I think that they do know how to fuck with their equipment, and I think they're doing it on purpose. Just like how like Twin Paranormal, like there's some stuff I've noticed over time. But it wasn't enough for me to make a whole video. But that's why I'm thinking about that's what I'll do for a video this week is we'll just kind of go through and look at them. So I grew up with my sister sleepwalking. Hers was rather dramatic. Personally, I don't find her acting convincing in those vids, but hey, it could also be wrong. That's the thing, like I feel like she might have some actual sleepwalking videos like that are real, but then I think a lot of them might be fake. But then she says she can make the sleepwalking happen by eating cheese or chocolate right before bed and that she can make it happen just by doing that. And I don't know, is that convincing? Is that real? Is that a thing? Like that you can just make your sleepwalking happen? You can choose to turn it on? That doesn't seem believable to me. I don't know enough about sleepwalking though, but that just seems a little bit weird, you know? No one's a better actor than Zach Bagans. Yeah. Oh God. So like I think that's probably what I'll go into a little bit then in this week's video, sort of like talking about the devices and just talking about it's weaponized incompetence, right? I can see a John Lovett now. No one can mention him without me calling him. Yeah. Yeah, Zach Bagans, he sucks. He's the worst. Like you know how John Edward got the the biggest douche of the universe award from South Park. I think it should be Zach Bagans. I think that he should hand it off to Zach Bagans. Eating cheese or chocolate sounds like horseshit to me, but I'm not an expert. Yeah, it just seems off. I just find that it's off, you know? Midwest Ghost Hunter, he's bad at acting, but I've heard that Midwest Ghost Hunter, it's a satire channel. I've heard that it's a satire channel. However, if he is on the spectrum, some of his faces might make more sense. Like, I don't know. I'm like, but I've heard that it's satire, but he just doesn't say it's satire. I'm like, I could see it being either or. Dawson, as a ghost hunter, I think most don't know they are doing it wrong. Even the fake ones, I think they turn everything up to 100 in hopes that it's easier for the ghost, but that causes false positives. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like that's the thing. Like I've always thought that Selena and Chris like aren't doing stuff on purpose, and they are like really believing what's going on around them. But you can see Selena messing with the equipment here, and she owns all the equipment, right? And I feel like she owns it all, and she messes with it at home. I don't know. I'm starting to think that Selena might actually be faking a lot of stuff. Is crying incessantly acting? Maybe. It might be BPD though too. You certainly can. Oh, you can make it go up, but it's usually more involved than eating a slice of provolone. Yeah, like she has said that her sleepwalking happens under times where she's under a lot of stress. And I don't know, I feel like some of the sleepwalking videos were real, like the one where her husband goes chasing after her, like with no boots on in the snow because she went outside with no boots on in the snow. I think those are real, but I think a lot of them are fake. I don't know. I think a lot of them are faked because it's content and she needs to make money, right? Never assume malice when ignorance is suffice. Yeah, that's true. And now I want provolone. It's a satire channel, but some of his viewers still donate thinking it's real, and that's why I don't like. Yeah, like that's the thing. I don't. Midwest Ghost Hunter. It's for satire, and he's funny, but I think that he needs to label it as that. Like he needs to put that in the videos. You know that this is a satire. Selena's full of it though. She's not a medium. Yeah, she's not a medium. She makes up dangerous stories. She full on created an essay, a murder story out of her mind for fun at Farrar. Yeah, the Farrar school thing, that one really pissed me off. Yeah, Blaine stress is a giant trigger for my sister. And that's the thing, Selena's been under a lot of stress and I totally get like I could see stress being sleepwalking, but I just don't really think you can just eat cheese and chocolate and make it happen. Ham, cheese, and provolone. Now I want chicken parm. Okay, now we're talking about food again. No, I agree, Dawson. Like, so I'm kind of waiting. I mentioned it. I think I mentioned it in the premiere chat and on a couple comments. I've noticed a pattern where these famous or whatever, YouTube famous or whatever you want to call it, social media famous mediums, where they have a baby and then they like jack up the grift 100%, you know, because babies are expensive. I've noticed a pattern of this. Now, that being said, she is in Canada, so the cost of having a baby, just having it, is like very small, right? But she's paying a surrogate, but they've already paid the surrogate. So, like, I'm waiting to see what she does with her mediumship once the baby comes into the picture and once they get really busy with that and stuff, right? Because I'm kind of waiting to see if she turns out to be just like all the other mediums I've noticed when they have babies, they jack this grift up because they need money. So I'm waiting to see what happens. How don't those two know their own videos? How? I don't know, James, you're gonna have to reword that. I don't know what you're saying. My wife records me when I sleep talk, which is rare, but I see some of the dumbest shit. Yeah, I'll sometimes sleep talk or I text in my sleep, but I'm like kind of half aware. It happens sometimes. So a family tuber, well, that's a whole different ball game. Listen, there's a whole issue with that. That's a whole separate thing. I'm more like saying that I've noticed when mediums have babies that they then start trying to push readings, selling readings, join me for my Zoom crap, like things like that. Selena doesn't actually charge for reading. She doesn't do readings. She has written books and stuff on the topic and things like that. She shows up in these YouTube videos as a medium. And then she went and did this big video. Because the thing is, that's why I think that, I don't know, I think she might go this route, right? I'm keeping an eye on it. Let me show you guys. Because I saw that she released this video. Where is it? It was two weird ones. This one, I see dead people 3 months ago. And this one, I think I saw the afterlife. And she's released these two where she goes into a lot of like hooey talk about mediumship, right? And she gives like a lot of really convincing buzzwords that they all use. And I noticed that she kind of released these videos and she has a baby on the way and stuff. This is a lead up. Like I've noticed a pattern. I've just noticed a pattern with other mediums that do this. And it kind of leads up to, I'm waiting for her to be like, okay, I'm now doing private readings for people. You know what I mean? or like Zoom calls. My girlfriend screams in her sleep. She did it 3 times last night. Almost get, yeah, my mom started screaming in her sleep after like her one big surgery. Maybe baby supercharged supernatural energy. Yeah. Yeah. The wallet. I get it. I'm gonna start a conspiracy, totally wrong facts channel just for profit. Man, you should see the archaeology. Well, I mean, I've talked about it. I can't stand the archaeology misinformation channels going on right now, and they're just like making tons of money. If you've been around kids enough, you do get the power of clairvoyance or premonitions. Yeah, that's something different. But you know what I mean? Like, okay, so this got 248 and this got 300K. The medium stuff I don't think does as well as some things. This is why I had to close my P.O. box. Scoring the ultimate haunted item 10 days ago. Our baby's coming. Can't believe what you guys sent me. Package. A lot of package unboxing. Communicated with a haunted doll. I actually didn't do as well as I thought that it would. Our secret gender reveal. That one, because people have been waiting for the gender. That makes sense. We're having a baby. You know, open Missy box. See, that's pretty good. That's pretty high views. Oh, right. I can just look at my add-on. I forgot. Yeah, so this one was pretty good. It's kind of all over the place on what does well and what, or what does better. Let's see. Hold on. We're looking for purple and red on a little dot. She's just been doing some blues. She's been pretty steady, it looks like. The blues are a little bit better. Oh, here's a purple. I bought missing Amazon package. The unboxing stuff seems to be doing really well for her. Her buying shit. So like that actually seems to be doing pretty well, and then she's repeating it. Public freakouts with Chris. Her collaboration videos with Chris usually do well. Haunted dummy. Yeah, and then the ghost hunting stuff always does better. I don't see any red. Oh, here's a red. Oh, again, haunted. Yeah, any ghost hunting stuff always does really well. So, I don't know. Like, I'm waiting to see what she does. Because in the last month, the baby one has done the best. And then unpackaging stuff seems to do well. She's been doing unpackaging stuff, like opening boxes, talking about her baby, or talking about being psychic. Now, this one here, this video is actually disturbing. If you watch this one, like, I worry for her mental health, because I do think that she truly believes, and the stuff she says in this, I think I saw the afterlife video, is disturbing. It's worrisome. It's worrisome. She closed her PO because too many awful things came. Yeah, it does happen with PO boxes. It happens quite a lot. A lot of people do close them because of that. Okay, hold on. Let me scroll back. My kids turn me in Professor X. Yeah. I can't understand how Spooky and the other lady don't realize that part of a scam. Is ignorance that strong, or do they ignore it? Both. Yeah. Exactly. Gonna make all that money just being dumb like I normally am. No one knows. Yeah. Minuteman. He's the best one to look at for debunking the archaeology conspiracy stuff. If you see something stupid that you're like, there's no way that history fact is true, go to Minuteman's channel. He's the debunker of this archaeology bullshit. Name the baby Casper. Oh God, if they name the baby Casper, my God, I feel bad for that kid. They know what they're doing, James. They know they aren't that stupid. They're just smart enough not to admit it. And the thing is, like, Selena is smarter than Chris. I'm not trying to be mean. Selena is smarter than Chris. Selena, she had books published and she had a business and stuff before her YouTube took off. Like, she has written multiple books, really well-written books. She's an excellent writer. She does really good research on them. She had a makeup business. Like, she had a bunch of stuff going. Chris, she just, her TikTok took off and then her YouTube took off. And I noticed in her true crime stuff, she seems to just be reading kind of verbatim stuff from only like 2 websites. The amount of research, I'm just not seeing it. I don't know, man. Selena is smarter than Chris, so I can see Chris being genuinely scared or thinking that something's happening. Whereas with Selena, I don't know. It's she's smarter than people give her credit for, I think. Yeah. Yeah, Minutemen's great. Yes, yeah. The whole baby thing just makes me think that's what's gonna happen. Yeah, we'll have to see what happens. Like, if she goes family channel, yeah, that's gonna be a mess. I don't even like Call Me Chris's true crime because the way she introduces the stuff, it's really jokey. Like, the only true crime YouTuber I like that throws in jokes and does a good job with jokes is Better Off Red. She's the only one that's good at the jokes because you've got to do it right. If you're going to do jokes about a criminal case where people, you know, are hurt and there's families left over, you got to do the jokes right. Call Me Chris doesn't do them right. Do you think they suffer emotionally from lying to the fans they claim to love? I think that everyone who's a grifter and liar and stuff in the media industry and famous people, blah, 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 they convince themselves that they're doing good. Like, I think they know like what they're doing in the beginning, but I think they convince themselves that they're doing good because they're getting echo chamber positive reinforcement from their manager and from the different fans that say things to them. They're living in an echo chamber. You got to remember, the people like this are living in an echo chamber, right? Everyone around them is telling them how great they are. So like they believe it. They begin to believe it like eventually. Like, well, when you're this big, yeah, you know. Like cry all the way to the bank. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I think that they try to like find justification for it in the beginning. Yeah, what you're saying, Red Devil. But then they end up like they truly end up believing it in the end. Like John Edward, Sylvia Brown. Well, no, Sylvia Brown. She knew what she was doing the whole time. She was a real grifter. But like John Edward, I do think he truly believes it because he's living in an echo chamber. So, yeah, Better Off Red knows when and where to crack a joke. Exactly. That's the thing. Chris, she throws in jokes they're bad. They're very it's disrespectful the way she jokes. But Better Off Red, she knows how to joke about this stuff, and she knows she's usually making fun of the criminal, whereas like Chris just introduces the crime in a jokey way, and I don't like the introduction. I still watch some of them because I'm curious. There's only one I liked where she interviewed someone who was a survivor who got away from somebody, and that was really good. I liked it, but it was because of who she was interviewing. It wasn't really necessarily Chris. It was the person being interviewed. So one thing I can say about Chris, she and I think her husband do this candy company. Yeah, Sour Boys. Yeah. The Sour Boys candy, like, don't get me wrong, like I think Chris is fun and stuff and she's funny, and Caleb he's funny. I watch their stuff. I've watched them for years, right? I've watched Selena and Chris for a long time. Sour Boys is a good company. It is vegan candy. They try to keep it like dye free. I think it's natural, like dyes and stuff. They try to do all that because Caleb has autism, and like dyes and different things like that and high fructose can like trigger stuff in autism. And anyways, it's vegan. I definitely recommend. I haven't eaten it because it's too expensive to ship to Canada, but I have a bunch of friends in the US who order Sour Boys every month, and it's really good. It's very good candy. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. Yeah, there's a reason that saying exists. Yeah. I can't stand the glam crime channels. Yeah, I don't mind the makeup because you know why they're doing makeup, right? They're not doing makeup to like distract or like give entertainment to the person. They're doing makeup, one, because it makes them more comfortable in front of the camera because they don't have to constantly look down the lens like I do all the time. That makes a lot of them very uncomfortable. But two, they have a script on their table and they can look down at their script. Because when you're first starting out, to afford a teleprompter is very expensive. I put my teleprompter on payment plans because my memory is not good and I need a teleprompter. Otherwise, I'd be constantly looking down. So that is why those crime channels are doing their makeup. Like, it's nothing even really to do with the makeup, to be honest. It just turns out that it's a good way to like get past any anxiety, but also specifically to read off of a script. And in the end too, then they can also sell makeup as well and make a little bit of money off of that too. So like that is why they're doing the makeup, just to like give you guys a fair, like, Better Off Red is the one who explained it. She's like, this is why we do our makeup in front of for these true crime channels. She sat down and explained it all. She's very open about everything. I really like her. She is my favorite true crimer. I do find a lot of the true crime channels have gone like too gory and too like, they're getting a little bit like iffy. What's her name? Her name's escaping me. You know, Dark History. I like her, Bailey Sarian. I like some of her true crime stuff, but some of it I don't like. It sort of depends. Like she's a acquired taste for true crime, but for Dark History, I really love her Dark History series. She's really good with that. So hey, Mark. I'll totally type for teleprompter like an Anchorman. Yeah. Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like this teleprompter, I think it was like $500. So like when you're first starting off on YouTube, it's very expensive. And I didn't use one for a while, and I was trying to look at the camera and read off of a script, and it was like a lot of edits and a lot of me looking like a little too stiff and stuff. And I was getting feedback in the comments, people complaining about it, but I'm like, I don't have the memory. Like the fibro causes my memory to fuck up. So I'm like, I literally cannot remember a sentence. I can only remember like 4 words before I have to look at the script again. So, or even notes, whatever. So yeah. I got that you can see them trying to read, but doing makeup while talking about dark stuff like that. Yeah, no. And this thing, it's not for everyone. I totally like don't expect everyone to be on board with that. I get why people don't like it. Like why people don't like people doing makeup while they're talking about dark stuff. I just am explaining to you why they're doing it, why they're doing makeup while they're doing it. So yeah, because even if you watch Chris, she doesn't do makeup while she does a true crime, but she's reading off her screen the whole time. Like she's not even using a teleprompter, and that can be a little bit like, you know, a lot of people don't like that. They really, more people don't like it when you're looking down and reading off of a screen than doing makeup. There's more people who hate that when you aren't looking in the camera. So I watch her, but I don't do Bailey. Yeah, like I didn't watch Bailey's crime stuff for a long time because I didn't like how flippant she was with some stuff, and she like tries to like kind of stick up for the bad guy a lot, like trying to explain their actions, which I find fascinating. And when you do criminology, which I wanted to do, that's sort of part of it, is understanding why they do it. But you shouldn't like, I don't know. She feels a little bit too bad for them. Like she tries to connect with them a little bit too much. I don't really agree with that. But I love Bailey's Dark History. Her Dark History stuff is really good. I used to watch Daniel Kirsty, and then she's just gone really gory now. Like I don't like the amount of gore and the amount of clickbait that she's doing. She's gone the path of everyone else. And I used to watch, shit, what's the other, there's another like British one. She's got like red hair. I haven't watched her in a while. I think she took a break. I'm not sure. The people eating through the true crime, that's messed up. Well, yeah, and those people are hitting the, what's that eating thing called with the channels? Mukbangs. They're mukbangers who went into true crime. That's why I know which channels you're talking about. They used to be mukbangers back in the day. So, yeah. Yeah, it's better to look down the barrel. Yeah, people don't like, people would rather you do makeup and look at the screen, like look in the camera every once in a while, rather than reading off of a screen and looking in the camera every once in a while. Like people get really mad when they see you reading off of a screen. I have noticed that. My trick for doing presentations is putting sticky things with reminders. Yeah, that's the thing. When you're trying to, like if I'm just talking off the cuff like this, right? Or giving my advice or feedback based on my life, I don't need to script it. But when I'm like, when I'm talking about a specific person or subject matter in history and I need to get the facts right, I can't do sticky notes because you need to get those facts right. If you get them wrong, then you're going to get called out on it, and everything else you say is going to get called into question, right? I was watching her the other day. Her name just popped up out of my head. Yeah, I can't remember her name. Hey, Cult Life. Because I seen her on Instagram and she said she was on break for a while. And I did like her stuff, and I don't know if she's gone gory too. Because I stopped watching Danielle Kirsty because she's gone way too gory, clickbait. Pretty much the only one I really enjoy is Better Off Red, but I wish that she did longer episodes. Her episodes are too short. I prefer the longer episodes, so. I'd be the guy to put my script up in front of the camera so you can only see my shoulders or arm, hands. Yeah. But yeah, that's sort of like, I know I have Selena on the screen here this whole time. I don't know if that's good or bad. But anyway, yeah, that just to explain, like, that's why people do their makeup. That's why they started doing their makeup, right? And then because other people see people do that, then they copied that for their channels. It's now become a thing, but it does help a lot with people with anxiety or people who don't have a teleprompter. So, but yeah, I totally get a lot of people think it's disrespectful. I don't think it is because I understand why they're doing it. But I can respect that people think it's disrespectful. I get it. What's the name of this lady? I really like Swoop. You guys should check out Swoop. Swoop and Swoop 2. She has fibromyalgia too. I really like her. She's like my favorite one. Alexas are going off in the other room. Let me see if I can find her. Chad, also really funny commentator. She does a lot of dry humor. I love dry humor. You guys can see my watch history. At this point, you've seen my watch history enough. You know, I watch complete garbage. I watch good stuff and garbage. It's a combination. What the heck is she? I have to click on all. Daniel Ryan's a good one to watch too if you're looking for like an MLM buster to like watch. Daniel Ryan's really good. Okay, I can't remember her name. Oh my god, why is this loading so weird? My computer, all the fans suddenly turned on too. What the hell? My internet's still up? Okay, yes. The really haunted candle. Everyone's gonna... I'll have to watch everyone's videos. I'm gonna lose track. I don't know. True crime. What's the name of that girl? Has anyone found it yet? She's got a British accent and red hair. I have no freaking clue where she is. I don't think she's posted in a while. That's why, like, I don't know where the heck she is. Yeah, I'm at a loss. I don't know. But I do recommend Billy Sarian's her Dark History. The Dark History is really good. Wherever the heck they're... Dark History, there it is. The Dark History is really good. There it is. Eleanor Neal. Neal? I don't know how she says her last name, but Eleanor. Yes, that's the one I'm thinking of. I haven't watched her in a while. Eleanor. Yes, this one. Goodbye for now. Yeah, she's been taking a break. That's why. Okay. Because I seen on her Instagram, she said she's going to be back soon. So that's why I haven't seen her in forever. We'll have to see when she comes back. Like, I totally get, like, people who do true crime and it just being too much, you know? I get that. So we'll have to see. All right. Yeah, here's Minuteman. Facebook's terrible AI archaeology conspiracy accounts. 100% recommend this. Go watch this video. Go watch him. He's very good if you want to do the archaeology breakdowns. And I watch a lot of parrot videos because I think they're funny. I don't know. I think they're cute. Philomena. Yeah, Philomena's someone, right? I don't think I've watched her. I don't know. Hopefully I do enjoy her videos. Yeah, I've always liked Eleanor, and she doesn't do makeup. She talks into the camera, so. But yeah, she's been on break for 4 months ago, so she's been on break for a while. But I think true crime like burns people out. That's also why I try to mix it up. But yeah, I think I'm gonna do some gadgets and stuff. What time is it? Okay, 7:30. Okay, we're good. I'm going to do maybe some gadget stuff, and I want to look at this Twin Paranormal. I'll do a video this week. What the heck is this? Why have they gotten, like, why is it as they've aged? Well, no, I already know this question. As they've aged, they've gotten more immature and, like, act so weird. Like, I seen a video from, like, 4 or 6 months ago from Mythos, and he's like, I think it was Mythos or Mr. Gray, and it was showing clips of Twin Paranormal like a year ago and then today, and they were like calm and explaining that they don't have all the history, but this is what they do have. And then he showed a clip of them now today, which is like 6 months ago, and they're just screaming into the camera like they do now, you know. I love the little parrot that sings Bacon Pancakes. Yeah, I watch her too. She's cute. Yeah, Augie. Yeah. I like watching her. Lazy Masquerade. Some of the stuff Lazy Masquerade I like. Some of the stuff is a little bit too much. Some of it I'll watch, some of it I don't. I watch a lot of the Uwu channels. There's like a bunch of Uwu true crime because I enjoy Uwu. They grab interrogation tapes. And they have like feedback that a psychologist gives on like body language, terms, how police are trained by psychologists and what the police are looking for. And they tell you everything that's going on in the room. And I find it very fascinating. I do like watching that stuff. You have to go watch Philomena Kunk. Her real name is Diane. Philomena Kunk. Who's this? Okay. Oh, wait. Yeah, I seen this recently. This lady interviewed who did she interview? She interviewed someone and it was hilarious. She just asked like the most stupid randomest like questions, but I love the dry humor. I love it when people can keep a straight face, and she keeps a straight face. She's so funny. She's really good. Let me see. See if I can find this one. It was somebody like really interesting for her to interview, and she was just asking the stupidest things. It was so funny. I don't know who it was. Maybe I've seen it on TikTok or something. It was like it was a short. She doesn't have shorts here. I can't remember what it is, but she was asking them questions, and she was asking them stuff that you've seen of this person in the news and stuff. It was funny. It was funny. That's the point. It was funny. She's funny. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I seen her somewhere else. It must have been TikTok because I'm not subscribed to her. I found her really funny. Any thoughts on the Lore Lodge? I did like some of their stuff, but I have noticed some of their stuff lately has had like wasn't fact checked properly. There were some stories that they told that I was like, oh. Ewu. Yeah, I think it's EWU. Is that the name of the channel? I think that's it. They have many channels. A lot of history YouTubers react to her stuff. She's funny. She is funny. Yeah. The reptile world has so much drama too. Does it? Oh, really? Well, I think she's British. The British are really good at dry humor and not cracking a laugh. They're really good at it. Some Canadians can do it really well. Like Corner Gas, the Brett guy or whatever, he's really good at it. He's good. I had one friend who's really good at it. He role played a lawyer on GTA, and the shit that came out of his mouth was so funny. So yeah, I haven't watched the Lore Lodge in a while because I watched a video and I knew that a lot of the stuff was incorrect, and I was like, oh, this is wrong, and oh, it was this. It was this. It's the missing 411. He was treating it seriously. Like the missing 411 guy was, you know what I mean? He was giving him, what's the word? He was essentially like not debunking that the guy is like a piece of crap, you know? That's why I stopped watching. I stopped watching 10 months ago. Yeah. Got a clip for handing out the ubu. Yeah. It's because joy is not something the Brits can feel. Yeah, like Canadians, they do really good dry humor too, but I crack up. I crack up really easily. Yeah, it's EWU. So they do, I like watching the really long videos, which I don't think they've done in a while. They used to put the whole, like an hour or 2 hours, and they put the whole interrogation up. It was always like at least an hour. See, there's a 2-hour one. They put the whole interrogation up. Oh, that's Annie. But they stop and they give like feedback of what like psychologists say and stuff. So, yeah. I recommend the ones where they actually break down the interrogation because they tell you what the cops are thinking, and I find that very fascinating. So, they're pretty outspoken about polities these days. What's polities? What, these guys? I haven't watched them in a while because the missing 411 stuff they were saying pissed me off. That's why I stopped watching. Like, I didn't watch all of them anyway. Like, I didn't watch every one of their episodes because, like, not all of it interested me. What do they say about this? I don't know. The Lore Lodge guys kind of pissed me off, so... Aiden said he was trying to bring the 411 weirdos into the fold to change their minds. I don't know. I didn't... Does he rip into him now? Yeah, it was because he said some stuff. I was like, man, he's giving this guy way too much credit. Check out the Missing Enigma for great videos debunking a lot of the 411. Yeah, a lot of people have asked me to do Missing Enigma. A lot of people have asked me to do the 411 guy as well. He's on the list. Okay, I'll check this guy out too. Okay. All right, I'll check this guy out. He has nice hair. Yeah, I like his hair. I love watching police interviews. Yeah, I find it fascinating. I do find it fascinating. Can't remember if it was Shrouded Hand or someone else. They did a video with someone that shouldn't be getting any kind of shout out, or so I read. I haven't watched it in forever. Like a video about 411 guy. The read method is something police use to interview. Yeah, and Iwu, is that how they say it? They talk about the read method a lot, and it's very interesting seeing it take part, like happen. Like you get to watch the police do it. And it's a real video, right? And I do find it very interesting. Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's always like, why are you talking? Always ask for an attorney. Don't ever just talk to the cops. Always ask for an attorney, you know? David Polides tends to cherry pick cases for his 411 stuff. Is that the 411 guy's name? I can't remember his fucking name. I just call him the 411 guy. Heck yeah, Blaine. That was a different guy. Missing Enigma is cool. All right, I don't remember what you were saying. Oh, right. Also, fear the... I can't type. Fear the living pod. They're going to be running at 8. No, wait. 9. Oh, 9 my time. Okay, never mind. 8 his time. So we still have tons of time, but I will still say we'll link to... We shall link to this. Why can't I? Oh my God, my OBS has disconnected me again. All right, just go watch Fear the Living Pod after this. My OBS has disconnected me and I can't type in my chat. Kat, first time, welcome Kat. First timer here. Oh God, hold on, scrolling up. If you're really into behavior psychology, linguistics, the behavioral panel is really good. They're older guys. It is their professional background. Okay. Love behavior panel as well. All right. Behavior panel. Hold on. Let me just, 1 second. Okay, sorry. Talking to my mom's worker. Okay, behavior panel.
Did you?
Megan and Harry's body language. Okay, I'll check out these guys. I know like body language has been debunked, and there is a body language guy who's also like a mentalist that I wanted to do like an interview on. I just haven't reached out to him yet. I just still find it fascinating. I know it's debunked, but like the thing is, like, I understand it's debunked, but for the majority of people, the body language stuff is accurate. And when you're a grifter, like a psychic grifter, you pick up on that stuff, and that's what you use to work your grift. And I don't know, I would say it's like, if someone's not good at recognizing if someone's on the spectrum or neurodivergent, then it's going to be less accurate. But if a person can recognize that, it's going to be pretty accurate. I would say 80% accurate as a psychic grifter. Policeman, I think you're a great guy and you just got mixed up in something. Yeah, they do that. Yeah. Glitter Flame. Oh, hey, Glitter Flame. Like the behavior panel, found them not too long ago. Yeah, like it's good because that's what I was kind of wanting to do my video on, is not necessarily like talking about the accuracy or the effectiveness of body language analysis. I wanted to talk about it as a tool that grifters use, because the majority of the time, just like stereotypes, they use stereotypes, they use body language, things like that. And yes, you're not going to get it accurate every time, but the majority of the time, stereotypes and body language works for grifting. So, should Fear the Living Pod take over some of these concepts and run with it? Yeah, sure. Heard that show. I love you, Flurry. I love you too, Chris. Love all you guys. They don't really do body language as much as they show how they would utilize the knowledge in interrogations and stuff. That's interesting. Yeah, it's interesting. Some are former army psychologists trained in these tactics. I find that stuff fascinating. I've always found that kind of stuff fascinating, yeah. Police and Mark. Why do you want to speak to a solicitor? You only asked for directions to the train station. Yeah, see, like, one of my good friends is a lawyer, and he does international law, and he's like, if you ever get arrested, he's like, just ask for a lawyer. He's like, I'll come. Or whatever. He'll at least, like, figure it out, whatever. But always ask for a lawyer, man. If you like spooky stuff, movies, books, reviews, whatever. Sinead Hannah Craig is fun to watch in her spooky corner of YouTube. Okay. I just don't have time for all the spooky stuff. I will say, though, I recently watched The Bondsman, which is Kevin Bacon's like show. He like hunts demons. It's very good. I found it very enjoyable. I was surprised at how good it actually was. I thought it was going to be corny, kind of like, it kind of had a feel to it like fuck, what's his name? The 80s actor, you know, and they did something of the dead. It was always of the dead. Oh shoot, I'm forgetting it. Normally I know this. It kind of reminded me a little bit of that, but then it like got like really interesting. And the Bondsman one is very good. It's very good. I know I saw The Mentalist too. The Mentalist is really good. Yeah. Oh, well, the TV show is good. You mean someone else? Oh, The Mentalist that's on the panel. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. The Behavior panel. I was watching them at the same time, but he was really good. I think the Mentalist body language guy is Observe. What? Kevin Bacon's a classic. Bruce Campbell. That's what I'm thinking of. Yes, Red Devil. That's it. The Evil Dead. Evil Dead. So the show kind of has an Evil Dead feel to it, but it's like it's not campy like Evil Dead, but it has an Evil Dead kind of feel to it, but it's more like modern, and it was really good. I was surprised. It's actually a really good show. Yeah. You went with 9 p.m. Yeah, yeah. And what's it called? The other good show is there's a show called Ghosts, and I find it very good. It's funny, it's a comedy, and I like the way that they handle lore for ghost hauntings and stuff. I find that one very good. I do recommend that one. But yeah, it's like I don't usually have time to like watch a lot of scary stuff. Like Nosferatu, that movie is still on my to watch list. Like, I just don't have the time to catch up with everything. Just when I'm not feeling well, I'll put on something and just let it play or whatever. But especially if it's scripted, I just find that I lose interest, or I lose track of it. Law school fees are a real thing. At this rate, we'll start getting adverts from charities to adopt a lawyer. Yeah. Yeah. Law school's expensive. Yeah. There's a show in the early 90s called Brimstone that had the same plot. Yeah, there's a bunch of shows that have a similar plot to that. Yeah. Yeah, there's not as much blood and gore. Well, there's some, but it's not as much as Evil Dead. Yeah. Observe is the guy's channel who does straight up body language stuff and is iffy. Oh, okay. Yeah, Bruce Campbell's who I meant. Yeah. And hey, Oz, I'm just going to call you Oz because I don't know all that. Oz. I'm still waiting to see a ghost that sings Britney Spears. The Toxic song is the only Britney Spears song I really liked. I could see a ghost singing that. Or like, you could probably see like Slimer from like Ghostbusters sing that. That would work for him. The cast from the TV show Ghosts stay at the hotel I work at every so often. Oh, really? Oh, they're filming in Canada. That makes sense. It's really good. Yeah, the British version. I heard the British version is really good too. I'll have to check it out. The show is really good. I like it. I need to be relaxed to watch a film or doc. Yeah, well, documentary, no. I can just put those on. I usually just have documentaries on all the time. Because documentaries, I can zone off or like go and do something or like, whatever, lose track of it and just come back to it, and I'll just like rewatch it again later. But if it's like a scripted show, I'll be completely lost. I'm like, oh, I wasn't paying attention for the last 10 minutes and I have no idea what's going on. So it's got to be like a comedy or something you can kind of do that with, but like other things, not really. I'm tempted to go back and watch all the old episodes of Strange But True. That was that's an interesting show. It's a little campy. Like, to go back and rewatch it, because I have rewatched some of it recently. It's a little campy. I like it. I like a little bit of a camp to it. Now, Fear. I'm First Nations. Have been around enough animals that speak. Oh, are you First Nations? Are you in Canada, Mr. Red Devil, or are you in America? What tribe are you with? Or from? Hail from, whatever. I know not everyone's like in it, so. I think I only watched the first Conjuring movie. Those movies are good. I do recommend actually they're well done for Hollywood, But then again, if I find a cat that can sing Britney Spears, we're going to be rich for like a year. Yeah, true. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Start running out of steam. I haven't eaten. Like, I don't know if I told you guys this about me and like KK as well, because I know some people like get really offended when we eat in some videos. We both have fibro, and fibro, like, we like, it happens with a lot of fibro people where we can't eat. We don't eat. So like, I really don't eat. And like, I don't really have the money to eat well anyway, but I don't like food. We just have like food, like it makes us feel sick. And then we'll have a day where we're really hungry and we eat a bunch of stuff, and that does not help with the metabolism. So then I start running out of steam, and that's when I start drinking that green crap, and that's been helping. So but it's just like, it's like ARFID or something. It's like the texture of food. I don't know. It's weird. It's really weird. Guys, for work, I go to people's houses and just want you to know that people have their homes dead silent. Quiet is so loud. Yeah, I don't think I could just do complete silence. It's weird. But I also have, what's the thing? You hear the noise in your ears all the time. I'm Seminole. I don't know how to say that properly. Creek, Choctaw, Chickadee. People are definitely doing the damn things. Chickadee? Wait, what part? Like, what area is that? Are you like central, west coast, or are you south? Are you north? Are you like in the US or Canada? As soon as a pug sees a horse, she goes off on one until she sees them off. Oh, that's cute. I haven't had horses in so long. But yeah, I just had the food thing because sometimes I might eat something briefly. And sometimes I get really tired, but I'm not really tired, but I'm tired because I need to like probably eat something. There's a cat online. When you talk to her, she makes a funny sound that sounds like why. Oh, that's cute. Have you guys seen that fortune telling cat or whatever? No, not. He does like the Cards Against Humanity, and he's a cat that wears sunglasses. He's funny. Paranormal Simulations done a video on Smug Puppy. Yes, actually, she just released a video on Smug Puppy. Tinnitus, that's it. Yeah, so everything sounds like white noise to me all the time. Complete like silence sounds like white noise to me. I'm from Oklahoma. Oh, okay. So it's like southeast. Yeah, I'm not familiar with the tribes that are like more south. Fleur would like to thank Green Crop for sponsoring this video. Yeah. Yeah, just whatever the greenies. You know, you can buy like no name brand or whatever brand, but it helps. It does. Yeah. My grandfather walked the Trail of Tears. I also have the Boost, the powder stuff that's like a breakfast thing or whatever. That also can help, but milk makes me sleepy sometimes. Sometimes, not always. So, my great grandmother came to Oklahoma from the trail, and yes, there were more than one Trail of Tears. I'm curious about, where did Chip Coffee say he was from? Chip Coffee. First Nations, although he probably calls it Native, doesn't he? Native Americans. Okay, what was the name? I have it on my videos somewhere. What was the name of his? Oh, there it is. Minnie Sue Morrow. A famed Native American medicine woman who you cannot find any records of other than her passing away. What tribe did he say this was again? I know I found it on my video and I was going to reach out to them. If I do a video on Chip Coffee, I'll reach out to that tribe. He doesn't say it here. He said it in an interview. I have it somewhere. This is the only thing on hers, her obituary. I can't remember where he said she was from. It was in South Carolina, though. In South Carolina. Yeah, I think when I Googled it looking for the name of the Native Center, sorry, not Native, Indigenous Center, I think it came up with SC, which is South Carolina, right? Eating is difficult when you have like it's essentially like ARFID, but it's not ARFID. If you guys are familiar with that. I binged a lot of your vids. Yeah, more on Chip. Yeah, I was thinking about doing a deep dive on Chip, and I was going to reach out to that native center. So, yeah, ARFID is like when like food, it turns your stomach. Like it's weird. People with fibro get this food issue. So, but yeah. But if you mean like while I'm on video, yeah, that's why sometimes I just eat. And like I know people complain about it, but I'm just like. They more complain when KK eats, which I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm usually the one talking more, so like it's really not a big deal if she takes a bite of a sandwich. All right, James, yeah, have a good night. He lives in Georgia. Yeah, but I think he said that she was from he named the town where she was from. No, it was this. This is where Welford. That's how I found it. South Carolina, USA. Yes, it was her obituary. Resident of Relford near Tucapau. I think I'm saying that right, hopefully. Died in her home this morning. Daughter of the late Mr. and Mrs. George Morrow made their home near Tucapau for a number of years. She was a faithful member of the Tucapau Baptist Church. Surviving or And the thing is, if she was a famous medicine woman, this is not her picture, by the way. If she was a famous medicine woman, there would be records about it because people were keeping track of things like that during this time because there were debunkers out there doing this stuff. So my grandfather was 100% Cherokee. Yeah. His grandmother wasn't 100% either. I found like him described like he tries to act like he has some native blood, but I think he's like one of those 1/8 indigenous First Nation blood people. You know, those people that pretend. There's a lot of them in Canada that do this. Can't believe people actually complain about y'all eating. Yeah, some people get like really picky about it. But I know I ate a protein bar today, but I'm just like, whatever, we're on live. I don't care. Made a Snedeker joke. Oh, I didn't see the joke. If they eat with their mouth open, I'd have issue with it. Yeah, like if someone eats like while talking or like, I don't know, if they have like their mouth in the camera. Like I know like people hate that about Selena. She like used to eat the camera. She had that weird thing. So I get that. I understand that. I live around Chattanooga, where there's a good amount of Trail of Tears. They just learn about local-ish tribes in school. Surprisingly not as offensive as you would imagine. Yeah, it's kind of like one of those, oh, you call them paper cut Indians, that's funny. It's kind of one of those things like we learn a lot of stuff in school and like it seemed like not offensive at the time, but then like stuff has come out a lot recently in Canada, especially with the schools, the like not our schools, but the like whatever. They were like these weird schools that they would take the First Nation children to, they force them to go pretty much, and convert them to be like not who they are and stuff. And a lot of stuff has come out. And now it's like looking back on things, I'm like, oh, yeah, no. So a lot of this stuff is not good. There's all the people in the South, and they do the Cherokee princess was their grandma thing. Yeah, it's so stupid. And I think that's what Chip says. I think he says his grandmother was Cherokee or something. It's always like Cherokee, I swear. Or like Iroquois, which I think that's to do with my region, though, because we are in the Iroquois area. But Iroquois was actually made up of like, I think, 7 or 8 tribes. It was actually like a coalition kind of deal, so... my family told me and my cousins were part of Cherokee growing up. It's true. There's so little of it. Yeah, it's a thing. Like it's kind of like if you don't, I don't know. If you grow up in the culture, that's different. Like if you're like right in the middle of it, like but if you're not, and then especially if you don't like, if you barely have any, like, because we have like one Iroquois in our family tree, but I would never say that I'm Iroquois. Depends on the viewpoint. My granny told me what it was like. Big granny told me what it was like. Not something I want to go through. My parents, grandparents went to Oklahoma boarding schools. Yeah, I'm not sure like if the Canadian schools were worse, but I've heard like these horrible things like in the last, I don't know, 10 years or something. 5 years, 10 years, I don't know how long it's been. A bunch of stuff came out. It's bad. Had their hair cut forcibly. Yeah, and the hair is a big thing too. Friend who says I'm the first white American who's met, not to claim Indian. Really? See, so it is a problem in the U.S. too. It happens in Canada a lot as well. So, but in Canada, I think we'd always be like, oh, well, you should have a card then, because you're like card carrying here because you get exempt from tax, and so they all have their cards with them. And if they don't have a card, then they're like, no, they're not. They're watered down. Yeah, circle of life. Yeah, but it's like, I don't know. I just think the whole thing's like it's so dumb in today's climate, because everyone is just a mix all across the world. I don't know why people like have to make such a big deal of it. Like, I've actually proved that my grandfather walked a trail. They had to be documented upon arrival. Yeah, like it depends. Like, I think here in Canada, if it's either so like if your mother is I believe I might get this wrong. If your mother, for instance, is like pure indigenous, like 100% or something like that, or I think 75 or higher. And then let's say your father is no indigenous like heritage, you can still get a card, but your children can't get a card. But if like, you know what I mean? So it's like they do it kind of based on that. So it's like their kid can still get a card and get free school, university, and all that. But their children wouldn't be able to unless you decided to marry a pure indigenous, like 75 to 100%, like, and then your kid could get a card kind of deal. So, yeah. We usually ask if their grandma was princess as well. Yeah. Yeah. Some people some people like Chip does it especially. He also tries to say that his relatives were all these other famous people too, which I don't believe. I'd be proud if I could make an honest claim like that. Yeah. The Highway of Tears. Yeah. The Vancouver one, it's sad. And, there's a lot of, I don't know, people are thinking that there's a SK in Manitoba. They're finding bodies in the landfill. And some people are starting to wonder if maybe, things are getting trafficked there. If Manitoba is really bad for this kind of stuff to begin with, but it would be probably if you wanted a province to kind of like get rid of someone in, Manitoba is your province, It's sad that it's happening. I don't know who Asacola is or Edmund Pickens, Mr. Red Devil. I'm not sure who that is, but I am also Canadian, so I don't know all your stuff there. Provable claims are different than a lot of stories I hear. I too, possible victim being told we're Cherokee without proof. Yeah. it happens. It's like if you don't have a card in Canada here, like I'm just not really gonna believe it. Or if your parents can't whip out a card, like parents or you whip out a card. Otherwise, no. I mean, I'm pretty sure there are more than enough SK running around North America. Yeah, but I don't know. There's a lot of people thinking like that the girls, the indigenous women that are going missing. A lot of people think, well, half of it is like, you know, traffic. But the other half, people are thinking, like, a lot of people think that there is an SK in Canada, like a bad one that's been going for a while now. And now there's like links being made with this Manitoba, the dumping, like the literal landfill, and they're finding like it's a, you know, a body dump. And now they're starting to put some clues together, and people are suspecting that there's a really bad SK in Canada that's been going for a while. And that's where a lot of these like women are going. Which, like, we had Robert Picton was a really bad SK in Canada who went a long time, and he fed the bodies to his pigs, and that was out in BC. He took out a lot of people. There's a lot of people on his, you know. So I feel like when a Canadian decides to go with something, they go way too hard. It's like it's crazy. There are 11 Trails of Tears, maybe up to 20 additional removal involving other Eastern and Midwestern tribes. Yeah, there's like a huge history. I believe it's an SK. I think like I would say I could believe like half. I could say like half of them could be an SK, and then half of them could be like, you know, traffics. I heard that story. Yeah. I'm curious to see where it ends up going. Yeah, those people, the real demons. Exactly. Yeah, like everyone wants to run around talking about demons, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, these people, like, they aren't possessed. There's no real demons. The realest demons you're going to find in the world are humans, because some humans are horrible people. An SK, you know, a serial unaliver. We literally called them SKs in GTA Roleplay. It just kind of happened. It wasn't even anything to do with monetization or ad stuff. It was just, so like I just call them that now at this point, because I'm like, well, then it helps the monetization too. Yeah. Not that we've talked about the best subjects, but our lives always get sidetracked with weird ass shit. So this always happens. Question, do you believe in the afterlife? I believe in reincarnation. I think that we get reborn into whatever our next life is going to be, and it's not necessarily on Earth. I believe that there's life in a form that we can't comprehend because we choose not to. I think that there is life in things like nebulas and things like that. I think there's life, as long as there's electrical current, I think there's life in that. But we are looking for carbon-based life forms like us, so we haven't even bothered to try to communicate with anything like that. So there's speculation of one in Massachusetts right now too. I think I've seen something about that too. Yeah. Alexis, yeah, you got it. Yeah. OC Ola Seminole. I'm not saying this right. War Chief, the mascot of Florida State now. Edmund Pickens. Oh, yeah. Edmund Pickens, wasn't he like... Wait, where do I know... I know that name. Edmund Pickens, that sounds familiar now. Sounds familiar. We go everywhere on live streams. Yeah, it tends to be how it goes. I got accused once, but pointed out that eating Weetabix doesn't mean I qualify. Oh, you know what's a really good... shoot, what's it called? It's a movie made by YouTubers. Something about milk. Shit, what is it now? It's a horror movie. It's really good. Fuck, what is this? It's milk. Fuck, what's it called? Milk and Cereal. There. This movie, 100%, this is an excellent movie. I recommend this. You should watch it. It's so fucking good. I was surprised at how good it was. We watched it on like a community night or something. I think I ended up having to like cut it out in the end anyways because I think of music or some crap. But it's really good. It's very good. Hey, Mike O'Mara. I don't know if I said hi. But yeah, I recommend this one. And they do like shorts or something now. The shorts aren't bad. They're pretty funny. Make me a sandwich. Oh, it's like 2 minutes. Yeah, they do some funny shorts, but this guy is really good at playing a creepy serial killer dude. So I really recommend that Milk and Cereal, but spelled like Serial, like cereal. Oh, I said the SK thing, didn't I? Oops. Anyway, you should definitely check this out. Very good. I'm wealthy, just not monetarily. Yeah. Yeah. I feel that. All right. We're at like 8:15. I'm going to end here. I'm going to recommend, though, you guys go to Fear Living Pod. I apparently can't link stuff in my chat right now because OBS is being a biatch, and I don't want to accidentally pull up something wrong on the back end. So check this out. I mean, technically, I'm from a royalty lineage as well. There's a castle with my last name in Ireland. Like, so technically, a lot of us are sort of from like noble houses. So, but yeah, I'm not rich. I have heard though that the royal family actually isn't even that wealthy compared to like the richest people in the world. They're actually pretty broke. Because they don't really like collect tons of taxes or anything from people like back in the day. All right, go and check out Fear Living Pod. They're going to have Jeff from Spooky Boo Productions or whatever on as a guest. And yeah, you guys should go check that out. Okay? I would put the link in, but it's being fucky. Okay. All right. But I will talk to you guys later. Keep an eye out for a video this week. I'm going to probably do that, like go through some gadgets, look at like something. I kind of want to like bring up some ghost hunter channels and like look at the way they're using gadgets and sort of like be like, no, this is wrong. So, yeah. All right. I will talk to you later. Okay. Bye-bye, guys. Hit the stop